What is up, everybody? It's Sunday night. It's 7 o'clock. And I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, it's Sunday night. It's June. Year's already halfway shit. So there's that. And it's Diablo Early Access Weekend.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
That is what it is. Nothing else matters right now except Lilith.
That's
And
right.
my dog is very happy about that because her name is Lilith. That's beside the point.
She has good breastises.
All right. Let's get this shit rolling. At the bottom right, we have the official Penny Pumper. You thought I was going to say Pony Pumper, didn't you? All right. Penny-ack, what's up?
Not much, guys. What's going on? Welcome to Sunday night. We're here to talk. We're here to speculate. What have you been playing? What have I been playing? To be honest, not a lot. I think I got in the first 3 chapters of The Quarry this week because I decided to start that. And if you played that, you know that that's not a lot of game time to get through 3 chapters.
The bad part, The Quarry isn't bad, except it's got the worst water of any video game I've ever seen.
I saw a water scene. I was like, holy fucking shit. You were not even close to exaggerating.
All that budget went into getting Lin Shay in the game.
I was like, what is this?
But does the water really mean anything, though, for that game?
Well, really, there's some scenes later. Yeah, it kind of is important.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I wish I could have been playing Diablo. I didn't buy it, but that kind of...
Well, you have to buy it to be able to play it, sir.
That's true. That's true.
But no, you're missing on the best game.
I've heard. Maybe soon. We'll see. But that's me. Let's go.
You've got to have that game, dude. And then, making his debut on Gaming Beyond the Box, his first time with us. What is up? I guess we just call you TJ?
Yep.
All right, TJ, what have you been up to, sir? What have you been playing besides yourself?
Just been working and then coming home and playing Diablo since it released. I've been playing early access and I'm already level 38, so and been enjoying it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait to talk about the topics.
Yep, just hold down the enthusiasm, you'll be okay. All right. And then to the left, the official drummer for Gaming Beyond the Box. What's up, Scrub?
What's going on, everybody? With early access Diablo, which is definitely what I've had my mitts on. I mean, I played Call of Duty, of course, in the beginning of the week, but the second Diablo came out, that's what I've been grinding on with one of my good friends into the wee hours of the morning. It's great. I'm loving it. Worth every penny. Go check it out. We're going to talk some more. Let's roll.
All right. Then to the top right, his debut on Gaming Beyond the Box. And this guy, everybody says he steals my memes and reposts them, claiming them for himself. What's up, Wise Old Gamer?
What's up, everybody, and in the panel and in the chat? How are y'all doing? It is the Wise Old Gamer, the man who brings the icky and sticky, or brings the ow and cow. Take whichever one you want. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Been playing Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, mainly because, hey, any game that lets me make a flaming penis on it and then kill things with it, hey, I'm good with that. So, waiting for Diablo. Only reason is because I actually splurged and bought the physical copy from GameStop, only because I am getting the Steelbook, and yeah, I just want that hot Lilith swag. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to be on and ready to get going, I guess.
Well, we got ripped off. Our GameStop didn't even have anything as a pre-order bonus, aside from the mount or whatever the 2 things were.
It's if you want Lilith swag,
when do you get the mount? I've been playing for like ever, and I haven't gotten a mount.
Me neither, and I'm 41, so
you have to. There's a mission.
Yeah, there's a mission you get.
There's a mission you have to complete, and I think you get one for pre-ordering.
Yeah.
I think. What you have to complete that mission first?
Yeah, pre-order you get
like Necromancer.
Edition, you get the 2 different skins for it. Yeah.
I'm on that. When I was playing the beta with the Slam, the server, I was playing as a druid. I got up to level 10, 11 or something like that. I hope it transfers over or something. So
no, it doesn't.
Oh fuck!
It doesn't transfer at all.
It's all
They say yeah, it's in the story. They said around level 30 or around that area, and then you can pick out the mount. But it's through the going through the progression of the story. If you've been doing a lot of dungeons and extra stuff, that might be the reason why you're like 30 something
That's
instead.
what
yeah.
I
I literally just
well,
got done with
that's
Act
why,
1.
because
That's probably why.
I.e. me.
because
Yeah.
I've been playing with K Mega and Ham solo, and we've been just rolling through dungeons with 3 necromancers and 20 skeletons and 3 golems.
Are y'all playing on the PlayStation, Xbox, or the PC?
I'm playing on Xbox.
Yeah,
Switch.
Xbox here.
Oh, okay, cool. Is it cross? Is it cross? Is it crossplay as well, or is it
Yeah.
just?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Cross-play,
between
cross-progression.
PC, PlayStation, Xbox.
Yep.
Cross dressing. All right, and then next to me we have Kratos' third cousin, 3 times removed due to chlamydia. What's up, Bomber?
What's going on, man? As we all know, the only thing that matters is Lilith
Diablo.
and Diablo. So that's the only thing I've been playing when I am able to play. I haven't been able to play the last couple of nights because my wife wanted to watch some shows and stuff. So
That horrible evil woman.
I know, right? But we finally actually finished our show last night, so that's good.
It depends what show you're watching, with your wife. That's the whole thing. Sometimes that's a little bit more entertaining than playing Diablo.
Yeah, tell us so we can judge you.
Exactly.
Hey, it was All American. Love that freaking show. But yeah.
Do you have to, when you watch the show, do you have to put your browser in private? That's what we want to know.
Absolutely not. But no, yeah, really, that's literally all I've been doing, other than just doing a lot of stuff for a lot of people here lately. Just this last week's been just crazy, plus it's just been freaking hot. So it's been interesting, but definitely excited with Diablo. And then tomorrow I get my collector's edition from Diablo, sending it to me. So
Hey, doesn't that shit not even have a game in it? Isn't that just the stuff, just the swag?
yeah, just the stuff. Yep, no game.
Yeah, no game at all. No game at all. A lot of them are doing that now. It's ridiculous.
Well,
The only thing I wish it had
Lost
was
the
a
damn
steelbook.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh.
No, it doesn't. Because the thing that sucks is even GameStop, if you just wanted the digital version and you pre-order it, you still don't get the steelbook or any of the swag, which is stupid. But that's just my 2 cents. You have to buy the physical copy, and with the physical copy, you don't get early access because there's no physical ultimate copy. So stupid. But whatever.
Well, I got out of that whole conversation. You've been giving hand jobs in the heat.
Don't you get early access with the second geared version?
Well, let me say we need to thank the guy behind my back for that precedence of making collector's edition without games, because I paid $300 for Horizon for a fucking elephant without a game in it. I got a steelbook, but there was no goddamn game in it. So yeah, just want to say that.
Did the elephant sit on you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. Well, actually, I enjoyed it when the elephant was on me and the dog started moving it back and forth. So all right.
Look, I'm fine with not having a physical copy of a game. I just want the steelbook, and unfortunately, Diablo's doesn't come with one.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them are doing it now.
Yeah, it was
you win a prize
GameStop only thing.
You're like, fuck you.
But see, I don't understand. I don't understand when they give you a fucking steelbook, but then they did give you a digital code to download the game. I'm like, well, then what's the fucking point of that? It's like, okay, what the hell am I gonna put in the steelbook? Condoms or something? I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with it.
Hell yeah!
You can hide your weed in it, dude. Be creative.
You can hide your money.
I don't have that much money, and the weed I have is way too much
the name
more.
of the game on it. And just stick it in.
There you go.
I try to put my edibles in it, but then the whole thing got kind of sticky. But
does anybody have any blank CDs right now?
That's why it got sticky. Sure.
Holy shit.
Hey, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's all I got to say.
I bet you're sticking it to it. That's right.
All right, speaking of sticking to shit, Diablo.
Yes.
Good God. I think I've probably already got 20-some hours into it.
I don't
At
blame you.
least. I think I hit level 35 earlier.
Damn. With one character?
Yeah, just with the barbarian.
Come on, man, get with it.
What made
I
you
think
choose
You
I
like
was
the
thinking level
barbarian?
35.
You'd
Why
have
did you
three.
choose why did you choose the barbarian? Because of his big pectoral muscles?
I always play a barbarian.
Oh,
See,
in real
usually
life,
I always do a barbarian first, but for some
I
reason
can
the sorcerer was talking to me this time. So.
I can imagine Wilmy being because you obviously can't see him because he's got a profile pic, but I bet you he's a big guy that's like really strong. So that's why you chose the
Can
barbarian.
I ask you a question? Have you ever watched this podcast in the past?
Yeah, I have.
We did 3. This is our fourth year bomber.
He is the biggest person I know.
We did 3 years of all those on webcams. Three
Yeah,
straight
no,
years.
typically
I-
Wilmy
I-
is on webcam.
I
but-
just discovered you like last year. Yeah,
I was using webcams up till I got out of the hospital last year.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like Brock Lesnar, you know. He's big son of a bitch.
You piss him off, he puts you in the headlock.
I mean, if you don't use a webcam, how can people tell if you have saggy tits or not? That's what I'm going to say. Yeah. So,
I
We
promise you, I
just look
don't.
at you. We just look at you, Wise.
That's why I keep mine up here. So
well, if anyone wants an example of saggy tits, I'll just go ahead and show. No, just kidding.
Wait a minute.
So my experience with Diablo was the server slam, and I played so much of that server slam, I was level 6.
Yeah, so much.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's my experience. For
Helping.
unfortunately, I was playing a rogue, like the rogue. I always
Rogues are
gravitate
fun.
towards the skilled
Stealth.
melee class when I play like an RPG kind of deal. So
Yeah.
liked what I was playing. It was pretty cool. Just
I'm kind of surprised
Yeah.
nobody here has love for the druid. I was when I was playing the server slam, I was the druid, and I really liked it because I normally do the barbarian like Wilmy does, but this time around I wanted to do something with a little bit more magic into it than just the barbarian, so I decided to go with the druid, and it allowed me to switch into like werebear and werewolf and all that other crap, and I was really enjoying it. I think they really went a long way in fixing some of the problems and issues that Diablo 3 had, especially the environment. I really enjoyed the more darker theme than Diablo 3 did. So yeah, I played a lot of it. I was playing, I got up to like a little bit more than level 10, but I was playing for several hours as well. But yeah, I can't wait till Tuesday when I can go and get my physical copy and start leveling up for real. So
Oh yeah.
this was my first Diablo go too. So I'd never played
Really?
one before. So I was pretty
Me
hooked
too.
on that little bit of.
well, let me go ahead and put the spoiler out there. I think the main boss is Diablo, just putting it out there. So
No way.
No, it's Jim Ryan
Jim Ryan.
Yeah, it's Jim Ryan.
or Bobby
Shut up.
Kotick.
We'll see
Bobby
how my
Kotick and
we'll
Jim
see if
Ryan.
my FOMO can escape Tuesday. I don't know if it's gonna, but we'll see.
Good luck. That's all I'll say. Just good luck.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
no,
done.
Wise.
Definitely worth it. I've been running Necromancer, and I've been running Blood Necromancer, and I've turned that thing in the tank. There's always glad for a Reddit or a YouTube that can show you different classes and the way to rank up as well. Because yeah, I'm level 30, and I've only got about like 10 hours in, 10, 11 hours in. So there's ways to level up really fast and get your character the way you like it, because there's so many branches on it. So I've been enjoying it. I'm gonna be playing it for a while. I definitely
Now-
will be playing for a
Oh
while.
yeah,
Scrub,
there's already somebody
is
that
the
already
re-
hit 100 on the hardcore server already. So
Jesus,
It's insane.
that's a lot.
So, Scrub,
life.
Scrub, isn't the reason you chose Necromancer is because you have a necrophilia or something?
Not yet, but after playing this game, I might have
It's
to
like,
do
this
a little
is
dab and
real.
get my feet wet.
Shit.
So when you max out, like, is 100 the highest level you can get?
Yes, 100 is the
Oh.
max, and that's with your Paragon. So basically, what it is,
Yeah.
you
Are-
hit
are they
level
gonna-
50.
Are they
And
going to add
then-
levels or no?
I mean, as
They
of
have
right
to.
now, I would say no.
Oh yeah.
But that may happen. I don't know that they have
I
not.
hope.
That's something they definitely have not talked about, and it's mainly just because I think of everything that this game can do with like the way you can build your characters and everything that changes with your aspects, everything else that's on there. I think ultimately there's so much to do with what they have already, and
Right.
you know, yeah, can you blast through it and get to level 100? Yeah, a few people have already, but
I don't
you
know
know, you
why,
miss all
but
the
yes.
story for sure. I mean, a lot of people just do it for, you know, ooh, I made it first.
Shits and giggles.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
much.
mean, and some people are just, you know, that dedicated. They just want to do it. They want to put their name on that statue from Blizzard, you know, for the hardcore guys. So, hey, you know, do your thing. But for me, yeah, no, I couldn't do that. But I mean, I could easily be a lot higher level than I am now, but I'm
Right.
not trying to blast through the game either, just because I'm trying to learn everything. Because this one is not like Diablo 3, because Diablo
No,
3
not
is
at all.
very simplistic as far as your stats and the way you build your character. Like basically, D3 was these are the best core builds, and that's what everybody did. Everybody went and got the same exact, you know, went
It was
after the same
generic.
loot. It was very generic. It
Boring.
was. I mean, even though I love D3, it you know it's definitely simplistic. Where this takes a lot from D2, where this has so many intricacies that you can change on the whim. You can go for because like just like with your equipment. I mean, there's a lot of like, you know, you have your intelligence, but you also have damage reduction. You have a lot of crit chance and all that. That's all separate now. So it's not just like, oh, I add dexterity as a rogue and I'm automatically getting high crit chance. No, that's not true either. So it's kind of like you have so much that you can build with, and I think that's what I love about it. So you can really
Mm-hmm.
min max your characters now. So like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, your best friend may be destroying things as a, I don't know, like if they went like total tankish with a druid and went crazy with it. Well, I mean, as a druid as well, you can go a whole nother aspect and just be full elemental powers and be destroying everything without having to tank. You're just sitting there just booming everything. So it's kind of like you have a lot more options now versus where beforehand it was like, okay, this is not viable at all. Only this is viable. And now it's like it just depends on you. What's viable to you?
Well, I
So
got a question. How, for those of you guys who are playing it as much, the thing I really didn't like about Diablo 3 was that it was very linear, almost more linear than Diablo 2 was. How linear is this game comparatively speaking?
it's open. It's an open world
It-
concept, so
yeah, it's open
it's
world.
literally just you go anywhere you want, run around,
Yeah.
go to different dungeons that you want, go
Right.
into them, go have fun or get killed. So it's
Because I
and
barely touched the story. Yeah.
yeah, I mean you don't have to run through the campaign like D3 was until you got to adventure mode. But like if you were just only doing, you know, you had to go linear. Everything was linear with D3 for sure. This
Right.
is not. This is do as you want. Only downside now is you can only have up to 20 side quests at one time. So if you try to get any more, it won't let you pick up any more. So it kind of forces you to hurry up and get them because what happens is if you don't complete, say, a side quest and you picked it up at level, I don't know, just say level 10, and you never completed that quest, but then you come back and you're level 40 and you're like, crap, I didn't do the side quest. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And you finish it. You only get the XP and rewards as a level 10.
No.
So you have to. So if you
Oh, so
do,
it's wasteful to do it that way then.
yes, it's so wasteful to do that. So really,
Okay.
it's worth it. Like wherever you are, go ahead and just start doing your side quest there or whatever, or just don't randomly just keep picking them up. Just don't.
Yeah.
So don't do like if you're used to like Witcher or other open world RPGs where you can just keep stacking side quests. Don't do that on this one. Ultimately, just kind of if you're in an area and that's where you plan on staying for a while, yeah, go ahead and pick some up and complete them. But just kind of be mindful that yeah, you can only have up to 20 right now,
Well,
which that
I
could
got
change.
Well, let me ask another question. So with D3, when you were starting out your character, it was better to have a character that was sort of well versed around the whole field, around the whole development? Like you didn't have any guy who was like specializing in any one characteristic or anything. You just had a general. You put your points generally in a good spread around everything else, and that was a better build for D3. So what you're saying in D4, it is actually more advantageous for you to, for example, taking a druid, and even though he might be a tank, maybe investing it all the way till the very end for a magic user or something like that, as opposed to trying to build a more average build. You say?
Oh yeah, I mean, this one ultimately is mainly just based on you, how you run your character, how you want to play. Because this one definitely does not force you to have to be like, I have to be a tank. It's the only way I can live. No, that's not true. You can, like right now, I'm a sorcerer. I'm doing majority of all my stuff is all lightning spells, but I have a couple of enchantments and stuff that actually change some things, like where if I kill anything, they explode in a fireball. So now I have some fireball damage as well. So if I have a piece of armor that does give fireball damage, technically that helps because when they explode, they do even more damage. So it depends on how you want to play. And that's where I think once you get into it, like I will say the first 30 levels, yeah, you'll play with it. And it's going to be like, you may feel like, oh, this sucks. This is not, I don't feel super strong. Well, you're not supposed to. And there's where a lot of people were getting mad. Like, I'm level 30 and I'm getting destroyed. Well, you should be. This is not D3. This is not where it's just cakewalk, run through, and easy killing everything. Like, the bosses are pretty tough. They get harder. They hit you hard. They will stun you. And that's where I normally have died, is where they stun lock you and you're stuck.
Yeah, those stuns are
A
crazy.
bomber.
You can get
What-
armor. If you want, you can put armor. There's armor pieces that will help with getting stun locked and stuff like that. So there's things that you can build around depending on how you want to play and what works for you. And that's why I think that's the best part about this one versus what D3 was all about.
And also, I don't know if you guys have messed with it. You can take legendary weapons, break them down, take their characteristics, add them to anything you want, and create your own legendary weapons or armor.
Yep. Mhm.
Yes.
Cool.
And the
I
cool
think
thing
I
about
accidentally discovered that. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know
Maybe.
that. See, the problem with D3 was that like you could level to a point where nothing really was a threat anymore to you. It was like you were going in and you were pretty much wrecking havoc everywhere you go. You almost felt like you broke the game at a certain level because nothing was really much of a challenge. So
it's mainly because D3.
Well, it depends on the world tiers.
Yeah, well, D3 did go to the unlimited Paragon level, so you were able to max out all your stats except for like one, and then you just kept adding to that once you got to a certain level. I mean, there was people that had like 10,000 Paragon or more. You know, like,
That's why I wanted to ask.
and so now it's 100.
I've never experienced that. So what is it like with the Paragon? I'm trying to
So I've not gotten to the Paragon yet. Of course, that doesn't start until after
Level
50.
50.
So
yeah.
So, but once every level you get, I think 2 or 3 points into your Paragon. So then you'll get even bigger. So basically what it is, you'll get points that go into a even bigger spread. Like it's almost similar. I'm trying to think of, I'm not going to say Path of Exile because that one's very intricate, but it's kind
of like how Elder Scrolls does it, right? Where you can keep on adding and it changes attributes and stuff, right?
No, this one does give, if I was there, I wish I could tell you because I've never made it to there. I've just seen just the pictures of what some of the screenshots of the Paragon levels are. But basically, it's just you putting points into certain things that do increase your spells or, your certain other attributes. And you could kind of change that as you wish, of course, but you do get so many points every time, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah. because for some reason I thought it was more skills you can change into. That's why I thought it was originally, but nobody explained it to me, so I had no clue.
So as far as I know, it's not any more extra skills per se, but it does increase because your skill tree is just your skill tree, what you currently have, that you can see at level 1. So once you get in there, you can see your full skill tree and go as you wish around. But the Paragon
you will reset it a couple of times more than likely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Is it possible to max out the skill tree, or has that not been possible?
I don't know.
The skill tree, no, you cannot max out the skill. I mean, you can max out your where you want to go in a sense, but you can't just
Mhm.
get everything
Can't
because
get everything.
you'll
No.
Well, of
only get
course,
50
because
points to
well,
put into
well
it.
that
So.
well then you also can only assign 5 buttons.
Exactly. Yeah, you can only have six. You can only have six. Technically, your buttons. Yeah, your skills. So you only have 6 skills you can use at one time. Now you'll get armor that gives you a skill without you having to use a skill point, which is pretty cool. Um, and that kind of helps out early on sometimes when you get a skill that, like, say you're a sorcerer and all you have is a fireball and say blizzard, but then all of a sudden you get a piece of armor that gives you ice armor. Well, you didn't have to use a skill point, but you automatically get ice armor, so you can use it, which is cool. So there's some things that you get to play with that, and that's with every character too. So
Now you get
yeah.
a little
Yeah.
more than 50 points because some of the challenges you complete will give you skill points.
Well, yeah, well, yes. Sorry, yeah, I should say just 50, but 50 is your max with just your leveling itself. But yeah.
What is the end game like? Because D3 really didn't have an end game. I heard they're putting a lot of focus on the end game for this one. So yeah, like
I don't
once you sort of beat the game for D3, it was like, okay, well, whatever. You just either start another build or moved on with your life. But they said that they're going to do a lot more with end game. Have y'all heard anything about that? Or
They got the battle passes. If you
The battle
pre-ordered it,
passes,
it
yes.
says there's a
Mhm.
battle pass, so that's part of it. And then also they like I was talking to Ham Solo and K Mega last night when I was playing with them, and Ham Solo told me, well, or it was K Mega. K Mega told me he said, yeah, you shouldn't be worrying about money right now. You should be salvaging your weapons and all your armor and stuff, so you can get the material to put an item slot in it, and you can also imprint it because that makes it more damage. It gives you more buffs and everything for your stats. But then he also said the money will come in where you need it. Will be in the end game stuff, where you're gonna need like 300,000 for one item.
Hmm. But are
That's
you
what I'm
still
told.
are you still going to be buying anything? Because like with the other Diablos from Time Immortal, there got to a point where there was absolutely no necessity to buy anything because the stuff that you would get by just looting would be vastly much
Yeah,
more
I haven't bought
stronger.
anything.
Yeah, probably as you're leveling and stuff, you probably
It's
won't be
rare.
using a lot of gold, but I think you'll probably end up using more gold in this one with gems and everything.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as gems do drop, of
Yes.
course, but with later on, I'm pretty sure you're going to be spent. Because I mean, one piece of armor at level 1 is like 20 or 30K for no reason. I mean, they're terrible pieces of gear too. So it's like you're not going to use it to buy gear per se, but then again, that could change as end game comes because there could be. I mean, I don't know. There could be something where a vendor is there where you have to turn in so much of certain mats plus pay 400,000 gold to get, say, a ring or something. I mean, I don't know. That could be a thing they do
You
to
could
it.
use it to upgrade.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. You have upgrade options with your armor. You can't do it on your rings and stuff.
But you can only upgrade 2
Actually,
times.
you can upgrade the rings, and you can put jewels in the rings.
You can get them to upgrade them.
Sorry.
And you can imprint the rings too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do all that.
So, what is the worst? Okay, so everyone generally across the board have said that this game is phenomenal. It's better than D3 or anything like that. But those of you who've really gotten into it, what is your negatives about this game? Is there any negatives? And if so, what are they?
Add another hotbar so I can have more freaking commands.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Five buttons and that's it. 3 are summon, 3 are attack. Okay, that's it. Okay.
I mean, to me, 6 is fine to me. That doesn't bother me. I don't feel like this needs to be. This is not World of Warcraft. You don't need.
Well, I'm just saying, like 3 more.
I mean, I guess, but then
Yeah.
then you're running into the, then you're using so many spells or abilities, and then it's like.
Or you can hide it by pressing left analog stick or something because they don't let you rotate the camera, so. They could.
Or use the right stick because it doesn't do anything in this game like it did.
Exactly.
Like I do wish that was a role like it was in D3 for sure. But of course now you have evade, which that was my biggest negative at first was the evade button. But I've got
the evade button doesn't really work. it seems like it's delayed. Either that or it's just me. I don't know. I
There's an
don't like
evade
it.
button.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
a
I
B
was-
button.
Yeah, B, your
Yeah.
quick dash button. Yeah.
I haven't
Will
used
me
it.
sitting there getting mauled.
Oh, dude, I use it all. I use it all the freaking time, and
I definitely use it. Or sometimes to
Yeah.
travel, since I don't have the mount, I use it every
Yep.
couple of seconds.
Yep.
I've been helping people like link like teleport. So like if I'm already got like a city or a town unlocked, I'll just
Oh,
teleport
yes.
to it, and then I'll have my friends teleport straight to me, and then
Yep.
they're one step closer, and they can just run to the mission, and we can start it. That's what I've
Yeah.
been doing.
And as far as other negatives, I guess the only thing is, inventory space. D3
Yep.
definitely.
That was one thing that
It,
pissed
it,
me
held,
off.
it held your hand
Playing
a
the
good bit.
server
'Cause it was
slam,
like,
man. You only
here's
have like 20 gear
500
slots. Is that
Yeah.
accurate? Like,
And I mean, you don't have a ton of space for sure. Could that be increased later on? Maybe. It's not a
I hope
huge
so.
problem because you could always teleport back to your main place, sell them or dismantle them and go back. So it's not like it's a super big need. But then the problem is if all your gems take up space, just like in D2.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
It's annoying.
They
So
get on my
that's
nerves.
where
Yeah,
that's
but-
a little annoying, and that's where D3 started with was it took up space, but then later on they added where it didn't take up space, and I kind of wish this one they would have just started out with that where gems had their you had like a gem bag and it just went into the gem bag, but it didn't take away from your actual inventory space for weapons or all
Yeah.
that stuff. But I mean that would be my biggest negative, just because now as I've gotten to 42. I'm getting more and more drops, so it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm constantly going back.
Especially
and forth.
long dungeons.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
long
kind of like
dungeons drop a lot.
that's the
so-
downside overall. But I'm used to D2 in that regard, so I was like, this is not ultimately terribly, but they definitely could add it for sure. I mean, that wouldn't be hard for them to do for sure. So, but other
Sure.
than that, I don't know if there's any other negative towards it so far. I mean, the servers have been immaculate. I mean, yeah, they had a hiccup, I think, yesterday for a few hours that people were having issues logging in, but then they fixed it.
It's not that bad. It runs better than Battlefield 2042 did at the beginning.
Dude, easily. I
No,
mean,
Anything
far,
does.
lot of
That's
so
what-
far,
that's the
this is
thing
definitely
about
the best AAA life service type.
Mass
Game.
produced with so many
Yeah.
people.
But can I
Yeah.
play it on my cell phone? Because we have cell phones, right? So
Well,
Can I play-
isn't it based off of the mobile version, kind of like in a way, the build?
I mean,
Because you got Diablo Immortal, and it looks almost similar, but the only difference is the Xbox and PC, PlayStation version just look better.
Oh, cool.
yeah, I mean, you can't play it on your mobile. It's not a mobile game now. Granted, you can technically
Use
I
xCloud.
guess, use X. Well, can you use xCloud with it? I guess you can.
Well,
if it's-
once they own
once they
Activision,
unlock-
you'll
yeah,
be able
I
to.
guess. Yeah, so if once that happens, then maybe. But then, that's. I would not play it at that point. No, I wouldn't play it just cloud gaming, just because you're on servers already, because it's live. It's online only,
True.
and then you're going to be having that lag. So I think ultimately it's probably not the best thing to be cloud gaming with. But hey, that's up to whoever wants to play that when that's available. But right now, it's just natively on your whatever you're playing on PC or consoles.
Or your Soldier Boy console.
Soldier Boy.
But here's a legitimate question: can you play it on your Steam Deck?
Yes, people. There's a lot of people
Yeah,
playing on
because
Steam Deck
you
do
can
it.
run Windows on that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How
Or
does it
Steam.
run?
So far that I've seen a lot of people play it, they haven't had any issues out of it. I mean,
Is it officially deck verified or what?
Now that I don't know, but I've seen a lot of
You
people.
probably have to tweak it a lot,
grab
I
it.
bet.
I mean, I think was it Rod or Mikey Barrett? Somebody was showing their Steam Deck with Diablo 4 on it, so I think it was Mike. But
Interesting.
I'm not going to even attempt to put it on mine, so. Nope, I'm
Wait.
good.
Do
Yeah,
you
I mean,
have to play it through Windows, or is there a Steam client for it?
I mean, it's available through Steam, ain't it? Pretty sure.
It should be. You would
I don't know.
think so.
I haven't. I don't play on PC because my PC sucks, so I don't go through Steam's thing to double check that. To be honest, so that I don't.
Bomber's PC crashes on Oregon Trail, people.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, here's what
Lucky
I'll
that
say.
I'm even on here.
At least he gets Oregon Trail. I have a fucking Mac. I can't even play that. It's not compatible.
Oh, that's where you messed up.
Yeah, being a
Mac's
new
good for
Diablo
music,
player.
but that's where it ends.
Yeah.
The things that get on my nerves, one is the zoom button. What's the point?
Yeah, that is so stupid. I agree.
It's a waste of time for me. That's the one thing gets on my nerves. The two,
Yeah,
like
use
folks
D-pad.
say, there's storage space to be able to hold enough. I'm starting to get used to that. I have run into the problems of getting some great weapons and then finding some other stuff, and just in the middle of a dungeon or somewhere, I just left a whole cache of stuff for random people to come pick up. It's like, look, come get all the stuff I've obtained for the last
take no
hour. Here you
scraps.
go. Yeah. And then getting used to with BattleNet not being able just to pull up your friends on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever, and just use their name since you're already friends, but having to have their BattleNet name plus all the numbers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's Activision for you. That's just like freaking Call of Duty bullcrap.
That is true.
Yeah. So me getting used to doing that on there, it's a little different, but I, like I said, if that's my only complaint so far, I'm doing really good.
Yeah.
Especially, like I said, for somebody who first started, never played before. What I did do was to quit from me having to do 100 different, oh, I like this, but I don't like this. I did a lot of YouTube videos of what's the difference between a rogue, what's the difference between a sorcerer, barbarian, your play style and everything. I found, all right, this is what I want to run. And then it branches off to 15 other things. So then it's like, I want to be a necromancer. But then as a necromancer, do I want to run blood? Do I want to run bone? Do I want to do this? So
I'm running my skeletons and my golem. I'm putting them where they're almost indestructible and they can just do damage for me.
Well,
I'm running
I
all
can
blood.
pick up my teammates.
So I can draw blood off of them to keep me healed while I'm doing attacks at the same time. So I'm doing attacking, which stacks to heal me from using the blood from them, which when I draw blood from them, it gives me extra skeletons. And then when the extra skeletons pop up, they get more blood to heal me more and more damage, and it just stacks. So
Hey, Scrub.
What's up?
Let me ask you, how do you get more skeletons more than 7? Because I've been trying to get more than 7.
You breed them, dude. You breed them.
You breed them.
You get a boner.
Don't
only
give Wise any
thing-
ideas.
The only thing I think you can do that is maybe if you're choosing the path Army of the Dead.
Yeah, I got
think
that.
You might
which
get 8.
is 7.
Okay,
No,
then. Well,
'cause
see, I have 7 without doing that. 7 and a golem, and I think that might be
of
all
course
you
the
can
golem,
get.
yeah. But the
a
Army
lot
of the
of your
Dead is the
traits,
explosive ones, right? If I remember correctly.
right.
But I'm talking
Or
about
white
like adding an actual more skeletons.
I don't know if I don't think there
anymore.
is unless there's
I don't think-
specific armor that gives +1 to skeletons, and I think that's just a max as well, +1.
Because Ham Solo has a, I don't know what he said. It's either the boots or it's the chest piece. One of them gives him an extra attribute to give him it's an extra thing to add in their skeleton. He's got 8 skeletons.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like it probably is like a
it's a
bonus
legendary.
it's probably just a bonus to whatever armor that is, and that of course that's going to be a random. But I believe it's only one added. There's not like where you can add 20. But yeah, I think that's gonna be just depending on what armor piece you get, and then if it's anything you can extract, that would be kind of cool. That way you can always use it for another piece if needed, if something ends up being better than it. But
and speaking of that, that's another thing I forgot I said that I hated about this. When I go into town, I wish my skeletons would just disappear so I could see everything on the map when I'm walking around.
are they all over the place?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I have
Oh, cool.
7
I
of
didn't
them
even
plus
know
a
you could-
golem, and I'll go into town, and they're all surrounding you when you go to the armor. When you go
Oh,
to
that
here, when you go
sucks.
And
there. Yeah.
and you can't tell if you're clicking on the people to talk to.
Well,
It
I
is,
hate
yeah,
to be
that
the
sucks.
bearer. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Until you can create in this game a flaming penis and kill people with it, it has no chance of winning Game of the Year. I just have to put it out there.
You got to think
Uh,
of penises and
You,
flames.
you can go play Saints Row. I mean, they got
No,
giant
everybody
dildos you can hit
does.
people with.
People have been posting a lot of that on Twitter, all the different phallic symbols and things you can do in Zelda. People are really horny for that stuff.
oh yeah, well, I
They
mean,
Well,
love
people-
that 720p, 20 frames per second, and they like
Go
their
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 penis on
genitalia in
fire.
their game.
Well, let's be honest. When you saw Ganondorf for the first time, don't tell me you didn't get thirsty. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but So-
I lost my
Not
interest
me.
in
When I,
Zelda.
when I saw Lilith in that church, and she came
Ooh.
sliding down in that church.
Let's go, Lilith.
Dude, I
Hail
looked
Mother.
up who
I like my
played-
boobs with
who
horns. I
played
like my
that
boobs with
character.
horns.
The actress was born in 1927 and she died in 2016, and I didn't know that. So I looked her up because I was wondering. I'm like, whose voice is that? She died at 95 years old.
Jesus.
What
Jeez,
they
that's
re- they
long life.
recorded?
Crazy.
What the actress for Lilith?
Yeah, for Lilith. Yeah,
So they did all
I
this
looked it
shit
up.
like for 4 years ago and stuff. Wow, I did not know
Yeah.
that. Yeah, impressive.
because she died in 2016. So yeah, and
Shit,
I looked it up.
How long has this game been in development?
6 years.
Yeah, so that's about right.
Oh wow, that's impressive. So
Yeah, because that's what Mikey Barrow was talking about. It's taken them 6 years to work on it, which I mean, you could tell that for one, they really were working on it for 6 years
The
versus
sucker's detailed. Yes.
some other games that have said they were worked on for 10 years. and
The game's
only worked for, like,
gorgeous.
a month.
well, does this go along? Does this go in? Does this help Blizzard salvage its fucked up reputation? Because in the day, and back in the day,
To an
Blizzard could do
extent.
no evil, but now
I mean, I take their reputation with a grain of salt anyway, just because. I mean, I was a big World of Warcraft fan and played it for 10 years straight, and
Mhm.
I don't play it anymore, of course. But to me, at that time, it was like Blizzard could do no wrong when it came to gaming because I loved that particular game. But I mean, for Diablo wise, this is definitely for sure probably the best one since D2. I mean, it's definitely better than D3 in every fashion of the game.
I think it's a
Is it
better
combination
than-
of the two.
Yeah, it's definitely a combination. I mean, the way the game is set up, it's a great mix of both for, brand new people who've never played Diablo before to people that have played it, every single one of them. So it's like the perfect. It is. It is perfect to me. I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10, but it's for sure, to me, it's currently by far the best game that's come out this year, for sure.
Are there any callbacks to the original Diablo or Diablo 2? Any Easter eggs or anything like that?
So far, there actually is a few Easter eggs for sure, and you'll find them out in the world and stuff like that in dungeons. And but of course, if you don't know anything about Diablo, they did do a 4-book like little video of like I think Lorath, I think, is the one that actually is sitting there talking to you, and does like a huge story time basically from like Diablo 1 until now, which is pretty cool. So it kind of gives you that backstory if you've never played. It kind of gets you kind of up to date, which is pretty awesome actually.
And
on-
there's
Okay.
some YouTube videos too that
Sorry.
explain it.
All right. I love Diablo 4 just as much as everybody else, but we've spent almost an hour talking about it,
Yeah.
which it's
That's
easy
it.
to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's easy to talk about, trust me.
But I apologize.
Spider-Man made a comment. This is one of the things we want to talk
Oh.
about briefly.
Oh Jesus!
I wouldn't say it flopped.
Because
I
we
would
don't know
just
yet.
say
The game's
Square
not out yet.
Enix.
There's just not enough ponies playing it.
Square Enix is probably they like to shoot themselves in the foot and then call the doctor asking for pain meds.
Hey, pain meds
I
are
mean,
good.
Are you sure about that, Wilmy? Or are they going to the witch doctor?
dude, I don't understand. You're not going to release this game except for on one platform, and then you're going to complain it's not pre-selling.
It's suicide. It's
I
revenue
mean-
suicide.
And the bad part, this is how many games they've done this on?
Well,
6 in the past like 2
Ton of
years.
them. Yeah.
and my
At
thing
least.
is like
Those are
it's
big
not
ones.
like I tried Final Fantasy 15 and I was like, yeah, this is garbage. So I
That's a
played
good
much
way to
of
put
it
it.
and I was like, I'm done with it. Like I just
That
like
was
this
the boy
is-
band simulator, right?
It was just
I
played
tried
funky.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it played funky. Didn't like it, so I was like, yeah, I'm out. So I mean, I didn't get to play much of it, so I mean, I ain't gonna sit there and be like, it's the worst game in the world because I mean, I just hated the very beginning, and I was like, yeah, I'm not. This is not meshing with me. But and that's why I like Final Fantasy 16 as much as they show all the cool little combat stuff. It looks pretty, but I'm like, I don't care. I've kind of quit caring about Final Fantasy a long time ago, but I don't know if it would even pre-sell well, even if it was multi-platform. Be honest, you got to think there's a lot of games that have come out, that weren't up to par with pre-selling. So I don't know. And Square, like we always said, and you said it too, is like they shoot themselves in the foot every time.
Yeah, and it makes no sense because they keep complaining. Our numbers are down. We're not making money.
Well, I mean,
Hello.
you got
Do
the
you
bag
think-
from
do you
Sony.
think-
I mean, you got the bag from Sony. So
Do you think
got
Sony
money.
buys them?
Well, yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. Actually, let's call a spade here, right? For all intents and purposes, Square Enix is now basically either they're a Sony second party studio or first party studio.
They're kind of like the horror.
Well,
Like, yeah.
they are what they are what they are. The same in the sense that like there was some news coming out like a couple of weeks ago regarding Sony corporate making some strategic sales through or something like that to basically be able to make more acquisitions. And I think that that's their acquisition is Square Enix. I mean, everything like all the games are coming out for exclusively on the PlayStation, so it's pretty much everything is done. The only thing Sony needs to do is put a ring on it, basically. So
They're
mean, it
probably
is what it
waiting
is.
for the ABK deal to be done
Yeah.
because they don't want to get chewed out by the government because of what's going on with Microsoft right now.
Well, I mean, as a long-standing Final Fantasy player, I've been playing Final Fantasy since the first one on the NES, and this seems like for somebody has that history going in, it looks more akin to the Final Fantasy of old. So I'm actually intrigued. I have my reservation down. Did I get the collector's edition? No, I'm not going to spend $400 on a collector's edition, but I did get the one from Best Buy that comes with Steelbook. So I'm looking forward to it. It goes more back towards the old fantasy settings of Final Fantasy, not the emo teenage boy angst shit that started happening with Final Fantasy VII onwards. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And rumors are that they might even be making a remake of Final Fantasy IX, which of the newer Final Fantasies is the one that I actually looked forward to or actually like playing because it was also more fantasy driven. So from my standpoint, yeah, I'm intrigued. So yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, I'm pretty excited for it. So
I'm like Bomber. I gave up on Final Fantasy a long time ago. I think the last one I actually cared for was 10. I tried 15, and I deleted that shit in about 30 minutes.
I
15?
never played it. I never played any of them. I tried 15, got about 1 hour into.
well,
And you
He
dropped out.
gone.
You dropped out.
You
Well,
gone.
15, let's be honest with you.
Dramatic.
10 onwards has been a clusterfuck of things because, like, it's Final Fantasy because you can go anywhere and, explore everything. But then starting with 10, 11, 12 ongoing, it was all fucking linear path. I mean, 15 was almost egregious to that effect where literally it was all straight freaking corridors. So I'm hoping that with this Final Fantasy that there is more exploration like in the original series. So yeah, I mean, they need to move away from that whole, going straight down a freaking corridor and let people explore. I mean,
13 was bad for that because they put you on you have a 25-hour hallway and then it's just like bam, open world now.
right. Yeah.
And then you go fight the first group of mobs and get your ass kicked because they're like 15
So it's
levels higher
pretty
than you are. It's like,
predictable.
what
Is
the
that what
fuck,
you're saying?
man?
Yeah, I mean, there was no point of the open world. I mean, like with 13, yeah, you got through the fucking 20-hour corridor, and then you were in the open world, and it was
Yeah,
like,
it's
okay, go
stupid.
to another
I
fucking
gave up.
20-hour corridor. Yeah, so and 15 was egregious to that as well. That's why everyone fucking hated it. Plus that, and all their emo Japanese teenage boys and their problems and shit.
And the bad part, every game they make looks identical to the other one.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah, you
slightly
can-
better
yeah.
graphics. That's it. It's the same shit. Like
yeah, I mean, it just
I never
blows my
played any of
mind,
them
dude.
except for 15.
They've all got the same hair, the same
Mhm.
face.
Same character.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same character, just different names on them. It's just
You know
weird.
what? They're perfect for Sony. Let's all make third-person games. Let's make them sad dad walking simulators that are single player, and you can't play with friends, and then there's no extra content. There you go.
Well,
Yeah,
I think.
I
Go ahead. Oh, you were saying? I'm sorry.
Just saying.
yeah. Final Fantasy 15 sold over 20 million. That surprises me.
I didn't
really
even touch
does.
it. Didn't even download it. Didn't even. I mean, it's in my PS Plus library. I'm pretty sure, but never touched it.
I think this game is the proof is gonna be in the pudding when it comes out on the when does it come out? At the end of this month, roughly?
22nd.
22nd of
Yeah.
this month. Yeah. So if the game is generally good, I think that you might get a situation like Guardians of the Galaxy where word of mouth sort of increases sales. But is that enough to make it like what Square Enix is expecting? God only knows, because God knows what the fuck Square Enix is expecting. But it is
Well,
a
them
Final
making
Fantasy.
that phone game, they're not expecting a whole lot
Oh,
anymore.
shit.
I just
You're not
don't
excited
get
about
it.
the phone?
Splatoon-
I like shooting my
Splatoon
phone.
2.0.
I
like
just
shooting my
don't
phone
get
at
it
other
how
people.
you could go so backwards as a company. I mean, I seen EA screw up pretty damn bad. I mean, they killed off the Command and Conquer franchise. They're about to kill off Need for Speed. They almost sunk Battlefield. But you know what? They're still going strong. And Square Enix has almost bankrupted themselves.
I can hear
just-
that conversation.
I don't get it.
You know what, boys? Our games aren't selling well. Final Fantasy just really not selling like it should.
Let's make it shit.
What are we going to do? And one of them sitting there, shaving at the desk. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to make a game involving shaving cream.
Well,
Hey,
they just
I like
looked
shooting.
at.
I like shooting people. I like shooting my foam at other people and having them cover themselves in it. So hey,
The next Final Fantasy is going to have Wise Old Gamer in it.
Oh, God. And
I'll be
Abba,
the main boss. You have to avoid my phone.
Holy
by shooting
shit,
my-
I can
by shooting
imagine it.
foam.
Abba, to answer your question, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I thought was pretty awesome.
I
I
only
enjoyed
played a
it.
little bit of it, and I wasn't like super like at first. The first time when they first announced it, I was like very excited for it. But then when I actually played it, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's okay.
I didn't think it was bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It definitely was not bad.
They changed the fucking story, but yeah, it's not really a remake.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah. But
They did change the story, but I mean, I enjoyed it.
I
But
think
they
the
just
thing- go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I think that like the biggest controversy for this game is going to be the fact that it is an action RPG as opposed to a traditional turn-based RPG. Because Final Fantasy is really, I don't think it got enough credit for what it did. In Japan, Dragon Quest, which is also a Square Enix game, was also popular. But Dragon Quest was a turn-based game, and there are people who liked it, people who didn't like it.
Love you, buddy.
And
Says love you, Papa.
Final Fantasy went out of its way to sort of make
you.
turn-based more applicable to the masses.
Bye.
Hot mic.
So, yeah, it's kind of hard to talk. So there are a lot of people who are traditional Final Fantasy guys who are up in arms that this Final Fantasy 16 is the first mainline Final Fantasy that will not have turn-based elements in it. So actually, as a hardcore RPG guy myself, I'm actually looking forward to Dragon Quest 12. They showed a logo or the name of it like 3 years or 2 years ago, but they've not released anything ever since. So I'm hoping that they keep Dragon Quest to its roots and make it a turn-based as opposed to what they did with Final Fantasy. So.
Yeah, if you want an awesome turn-based JRPG, go play Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh yeah, that
That game's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, to clear it up, my grandson's going home, so yes, I don't care if you heard me or not. I'm a proud grandfather.
He did heavy. Said I love you too in the chat.
It was really cute.
I'm a
It
very
really
proud
was.
grandfather. Everybody knows me knows that.
It was cute.
A
though.
a
Being a
backer
grandfather
in the
is
chat said EA Burnout or EA killed Burnout also the franchise. Totally forgot about that.
EA has a habit of doing that. They'll make a
I know.
franchise, then they'll fucking milk it, then they'll destroy it, then
Or they'll
bring
buy
it
it,
back.
or they'll buy it and they'll say, okay, you're not printing enough money. Okay, we're shutting you down. We don't care how talented you are. You can go in the closet. You're gonna go make a whatever.
Well,
whatever
look at what they
decide
did
to
for
make
Need
you
for
work on.
Speed. Look
Oh,
for
I
what they
know.
did with the Need for Speed. Need for Speed was really good, and then they started
No
doing all
cops
this
in multiplayer at launch,
Yeah.
but Heat had it. Need for Speed Unbound.
Oh
Dude,
man,
biggest letdown ever.
Abba just
I mean,
mentioned a game I haven't thought of in a long time. Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, that
Oh,
too.
That game
That was
Jesus,
a great
Lost
game.
Odyssey.
It was good.
Dude, Lost Odyssey. Yeah.
They need to
There's a
remake
lot of
that back.
dormant franchises that are missing from all these publishers.
Or even
That's
better,
a damn shame.
Vagrant Story. That was a phenomenal game back in the PlayStation days. Vagrant Story. They need to remake that one too. So
Oh,
I mean, they
what
got a
was
lot
the
of
game?
IPs.
Wasn't the
What
thing
was
about
the-
Lost Odyssey saying it's the best Final Fantasy game since like 8 or something like that?
Right.
What was the game that had the guy with the motorcycle?
Final Fantasy
it was on
VII?
360. No, it wasn't a Final Fantasy game at all.
With a motorcycle?
Wasn't it Devil May Cry? Or what
No,
was
no,
it?
no, no. And he had weapons that would talk to him.
That was
Weapons, I would talk to him. I don't know what the hell you've been playing.
It was on the 360.
Did you
Oh,
play
God.
this game with or without edibles, man? That's what we don't know.
Dude, I've never done it.
I know, right?
I'm trying. I don't know which game that one is. To be honest.
I know, for
I
real.
can't think of the name of it now. Damn. I have to Google it.
Was it Blue Dragon? Because someone
No,
in the
Blue Dragon
chat
did not.
said-
No, Blue Dragon
No.
did not have any motorcycles in it. But that's another franchise they need to sort of go back and revisit and stuff.
They won't go back because EA's chasing money. They games as a service and NFTs. So when you're doing that,
Oh,
you
I
have
know.
to change
Well,
your whole scale of what
I would love
your
a new
whole
Command
company
Well,
is
Conquer.
about.
Well,
Are they
you know,
still
to be
the
honest,
are they still the
what's-
higher publisher for the new Dragon Age, or is that
Yeah, it's still them.
yeah still are.
But who isn't chasing that? Like every freaking publisher is chasing that live service crap, So,
But
you
not
some money.
NFTs though.
Phones,
for-
Now
for-
NFTs, yeah.
But look
no,
at Microsoft. No,
can
no
slip it.
NFTs. Phil Spencer put his foot down. He's like, nah, screw that shit.
Well,
Yep.
if they found a way of making, I think that's because NFTs sort of like flatlined. I mean, but if NFTs kept going,
Right,
like,
chasing a
growing like
fad.
that, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it'd be hard to regulate it because the thing is, you would have to regulate it because it'd be crazy if you put in, oh, I can have God mode and someone purchase it because they uses their credit card or debit card in real life, then everybody else is screwed. If you go in the same lobby, they're gonna kill you or beat you every time. So
I
kinda
think it's
like
a lot.
that.
I think it's a lot of it is a lack of courage as well, in the sense that like people know that in today's society, I mean, let's be honest, we are dinosaurs. Like nobody gives a fuck about us. They care about my kids, your grandkids. Those are the gamers that they want.
Oh, they're aiming for people even younger than me, and I'm 28.
Right. So does turn-based
fucking
still
young.
work? Does
Young
turn-based
son of a-
Well, I mean, turn-based works for
just
me.
saying.
I mean, turn-based works for me because I'm fucking, I'm arthritic out the ass. But does turn-based work for my 13-year-old? Probably not. So like that's like I thought that's what I heard through rumblings was that that was one of the main problems they were having with KOTOR 2 or the KOTOR remake. They're trying to make it an action RPG and trying to pull away from its turn-based roots to appeal to more people. And they're just not able to implement it correctly. So that's why that game is a developmental hell, from what I've heard.
I don't get it. When they're making KOTOR, Aspire's like a lot of people are giving Aspire shit. They make the Civilization games, and I don't know if you've ever played those. I mean, yeah,
Those are fun.
they're turn-based strategy, but the cut scenes are really, really good, especially like the animations and stuff. So I think they could do a good job. I just think Sony's asking for too much. And honestly, I get why Microsoft, passed on the idea, because if I was them, I would have gone to a BioWare team and I would go to EA and say, hey, we're going to fund it, but we want your BioWare team to do it. And then we're going to have people from In Exile and then also from if you're gonna make it with Unreal Engine, I would use the Coalition and actually make it. But that would be me, personally.
The hardest thing was Bioware. Just whew, ever since everybody
Well,
left from there, that's a
Where
that's a
did
hard
the
pill to
original
swallow.
devs go? Do you know, Bomber? Or
They
do you have an idea?
retired. Those two
Yeah,
doctors who
The
founded it,
the
I
two
think they
main
retired.
guys, yeah, they retired. They're gone. So it's all the other, I say, little
Because-
guys that are still left that I
That are
think
still
still
hoping
got-
Anthem would have succeeded.
Yeah, because
still have Anthem.
EA studios that get shut down or they don't use hardly anymore. Usually, sometimes they go create their own studio. Like the people that used to make Command and Conquer back in the day, and they got shut down by EA. They went and created Lemon Sky Studios, which did the recent remaster of first 2 Command and Conquer games.
Shoot,
So
they
they-
could be
they
just
have their own
like Jason
studio.
or Joseph Staten and say, "Screw it, we're going to Netflix, baby."
Yeah, I know.
Well, I think the
I
problem.
hope they're
I'm
making
really
Jeffrey
trying
Watch
to
him
Dahmer
be a
game.
mole. Watch him be a mole. He's gonna be a way in, just like Mikey Barra was for Activision.
I want him to make a Jeffrey Dahmer game.
Oh
The series
God!
on Netflix was
Oh
awesome.
wow.
That
I
Eat the
want a
rich,
Jeffrey
call
Dahmer
it-
video game.
Label it "Eat the Rich," you know. So
He didn't care who
Frickin'
he
know
ate.
me.
he didn't care what he ate.
Yeah, exactly. He was
No,
having
what's
5
great-
guys before it became a restaurant.
Exactly.
No, but I think
I
the
will
problem-
say
Go ahead.
I will say that show you were talking about on Netflix, I watched the first 2 episodes, Wilmy. It is crazy.
What show?
Oh,
is it?
that girl, that Natalia Grace.
Natalia Grace, oh my God.
Dude, that shit.
What show is this?
There's a show came out Monday
Don't tell him.
called the Curious Life of Natalia Grace.
Mhm.
Dude,
It's
I don't know how
jacked
to
up.
explain it. Did you ever watch the movie Orphan?
Oh God! Yeah,
yeah,
that movie is
yeah.
freaking weird and
I
creepy.
really believe that's what that movie was based on.
Yeah,
Was
I do.
this
God.
person.
Orphan was a good movie until I found out the little girl. I mean, she was definitely older than a little girl, but like she acted like a little girl, and then she acted like she wanted to have sex with the dad. It's like, wow, this shit got really crazy all of a sudden. Yeah, that movie
Well-
took a turn real quick. So
Well,
yeah.
that's kinda
Watch
what
this show.
Dude, this
Oh
show,
shit!
it will make you just like I
Watch
don't know,
some things.
smack yourself a couple times, slam your dick in the bathroom door.
What?
I mean, it will mess with your head, dude.
It's like you watching this show.
What did you
I ain't
call
got
it?
I ain't got much left and slamming in the door. I mean, come on.
Well,
You got why is interested?
Yeah, because I now need a reason to slam it because I normally would slam it without a reason. Now I need a reason to slam it. So
Well, watch this show, and it will definitely. It's on HBO Max, whatever you want to call it.
Well, what do you
Yeah,
call
and
it?
then
What
the-
was it again?
The Curious Case of Natalia Grace.
Natalia
Curious
Grace.
Case. Okay.
Okay, I'll
And they
I'll
make
see-
it where
I'll-
it's not
I'll see.
straightforward. You don't know who's the real villain or the real person to blame in the story. The way they
And
do
actually,
it.
now it's on Discovery Plus too. If you have Discovery Plus, so
It re-
If it's like The Orphan, then it's gonna be pretty predictable. If you've already watched The Orphan, then.
this isn't predictable at all.
No, this is not. This is not. It is.
Have any of
The
y'all-
way
did
they
any of
do
y'all-
it is not.
Did any of y'all see
The
the
first
menu?
episode and the second episode, you'll be blaming 2 different sets of people for the reason just by the first 2 episodes because the way they do it is very good.
And then you'll be like my wife and I. We were sitting there going, "Is this dad on drugs, or is he just really this stupid?"
That dad is a problem. That whole family's a problem.
They're
It's
a
like
problem.
you saw these warning signs and you're like, oh well, we'll just keep going.
So it's
Yeah, it
It's
weren't red
mostly a
flags. It was like
horror
red
or-
billboards.
it's mostly a horror show.
Did y'all?
No.
Any of y'all?
No.
Did any of y'all see the menu?
Yes.
No,
It's
the
on my
Menu,
list to
what the
watch. Yeah,
Oh, it was
it's on
phenomenal.
my list.
Yeah.
See, that goes
No.
in line with me wanting a Jeffrey Dahmer game.
Well,
I want Jeffrey
here's-
Dahmer to run a restaurant.
Who's the guy that has that famous saying where he was a serial killer and he said, "Put the lotion on the skin," or you
Oh, that's
get the
Buffalo
hose
Bill
again."
and
Oh,
Sounds
Buffalo
like
Bill.
Bill,
Yeah,
yeah.
Buffalo Bill.
Not that I've ever seen it.
They should make a game like that, just to scare people.
Shower with Buffalo Bill.
Shower with Buffalo Bill. Jesus.
Put it in VR.
Oh my
It puts the
god.
lotion in the basket. With a double deal. You try to put lotion in the basket to get out of the hole
Yeah.
Jesus.
and catch the little dog.
Well, I think well, just to get back to gaming, but what I think
Oh yeah, gaming.
what
Yeah, that's right.
what I think the problem is that like everyone wants their game to be a multi-million seller. I remember back in the day, if you sold 1 million games, that was like phenomenal, right? Like now these days, if you sell 1 million games, your game is like considered a flop, you know? So it's
Well,
just
it's
one of
because
those
there's a
things.
lot more money going into them now
Oh yeah.
than they used to.
Right.
And I think that's the other thing. You know, you're putting all this money into it, so
Right.
you're expecting. I mean, you know, the big wigs are expecting to hit a certain thing, regardless of however they do their exclusivity or their marketing rights or whatever. They want to see it, you know, not to say break records, but they want to see their return on investment where they can easily, you know, keep people, whether that's, you know, keep people employed or, hey, we can build another game and keep
Keep
the same
Jason
team.
Schreier off their back.
Yeah, there you
Exactly.
go. Yeah, let's not crunch or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be.
Bob worked 41 hours last week. Let's sacrifice Activision.
Jesus. But yeah, like
No.
I don't know. It's
But with that, you sort of lose the uniqueness that some games have back in the day. Like now, when you're investing this type of money, you want to like make a game that you know has every reason to succeed. So you're less inclined to play with other type of gaming styles that we had back in the day, like Final
That's where
Fantasy
your
Enix
Tactics,
come in
like
now.
that.
Right, because it's formulaic. The people who are making these games are companies who are making the games to make money. What they do is they hire people who have love for gaming or what they do to make the game, but they're expecting money because the people who are putting out the money want a return. And a lot of these companies are now being acquired by other companies who are now public trading companies. Public traded companies is not about the fans, it's not about the company. It's about what does my spreadsheets look like for this
Making
quarter
money.
and the future quarter. So a lot of times that's why you're seeing like a Square Enix or a lot of these companies complaining because they got to go back to their shareholders and explain why they they forecasted it make this much money, which 9 times out of 10 they overhype the forecast to get folks to buy the stock.
And
And
I would hate
then
to
when
be
it
that
doesn't,
guy.
yeah, and then when it doesn't make it, then you have to find a reason to dump it all. A lot of times we just saw it a couple of 6 months ago, all the biggest corporations fired like hundreds of thousands of people,
Yep.
not because they had too many people. Some of them might have had too many people, but it was because it looks better on their spreadsheet because they're saving money.
Okay, well, wait a minute. That was mainly because of the whole COVID thing. COVID thing was that, well, a lot of the government would give you
True.
money
Exactly,
to
but
keep
why?
your
Why is
employees.
Gamer? Why did they hire all those people? Yes, because the government would give them money for hiring
Right.
those people. And
Yeah.
plus, they started making a whole bunch of games because they saw that games as a service was working during COVID.
Mhm.
It all goes back to the money. It doesn't have to, it's not about let's make a game that I know our people are going to love because we're Square Enix. Is about let's get these suckers to spend more money. And if we put out a game that they love, then we'll just make more money.
So go get the shaving cream, Bob, and a boogie board. Let's do this.
It's about the money, Lebowski.
I would hate to be that guy though at that board meeting. Well, stockholders, I hate to inform you, we thought
lost
we
billions.
thought we had a great plan. We decided not to give this game to everybody on every platform. So we decided to go with a platform that the head guy says just mainly plays Call of Duty. And I don't know why I didn't make a profit. I have no idea. So
I mean, again, the game's not out yet, so we'll see. And I think kind of like I think it was Wise or TJ that said it was like, you know, maybe it'll catch on as people play it, and if it reviews very well, that sort of thing. That could also, you know, because a lot of people love, you know, if it reviews well, it's like, oh my god, I gotta buy it now. So maybe that's a thing. Maybe it does do well after the fact, and you know, just the problem is they're going to see it right up front because they want that initial money now, which is what the pre-orders give them. That's the automatic money they get. So it's like, boom, we got millions of dollars that we can.
Then they should call JG Whitworth.
But yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
remember, some games start slow. I mean, look at Sea of Thieves. Everybody thought that was going to be a dumpster fire. Hardly had any players in the beginning, and then it grew. It just grew and exploded, and now it's like one of the best like online service games, along with Grounded. Perfect example, another one. So
Yeah.
it depends. It depends on how the game grabs the player, and it also depends on, do they keep adding content, or do they do a Halo mishap where it's a great game but you don't have no content in the beginning, and everybody just jumps ship because they go play other games.
Froggy, did they actually say that? I missed that one.
What?
IGN said that was the best part of the show. Yikes.
They were high then.
The show
They
was
were definitely
bad, let's
high.
be honest, but if anyone said that was the best part of the show, they're off their fucking meds.
Wait.
Oh, yeah,
the
definitely.
best part of the show was Final Fantasy being shown.
Foam Stars.
It's
Oh,
a bad mashup of Fortnite and Splatoon.
No, it's 100% Splatoon, just with foam. That's
I just don't
Yeah.
understand how that game got greenlit. That's the thing. I mean, I understand
it's
Splatoon being
Square.
popular, but
I mean, they just saw it as, hey, this could be a
Money.
good live service game. It's very.
If they
similar
try to
to
charge money for that
Splatoon.
game,
Now
that's
it's on
going to be
Sony.
hilarious.
Sony has a lot of players. Blah blah blah. It's going to be on PC as well day one. So you're going to have both PC guys and PlayStation guys that could spend money, and it could be something that could, and maybe it does. Maybe it does grab another audience.
But I mean, Splatoon, let's call it.
Maybe
They're
it does.
going
Maybe
after
it ends up being great.
Nah.
Maybe it ends up
That's
being super
like-
fun. I don't know.
That's
Pick
like
where-
I don't know what
saying-
you're. I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
right.
smoking now. I don't know what you're smoking up there, but you need to give me some.
That's like saying the IRS is going to come to my house in the morning and give me a check for $20 million. So,
Hey, you
oops,
never
sorry,
know.
dude, you've overpaid in the last couple of years.
That's like saying everybody's going to hit the lottery, but it's
No
never going to
shit.
happen.
I mean, like let's be honest. The game that it is mimicking, which is Splatoon, was mainly made as an answer for Nintendo to sort of compete with the whole stuff with Call of Duty and all that other shit, because that's basically what it was. Nintendo did not have an answer to Call of Duty, and that's why Splatoon sort of came into creation. So, like this game, looking at Splatoon and saying, "Oh, it's successful because it's a Splatoon game," it doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of games that get greenlit don't make any sense to me. Like fucking Bleeding Edge. How?
Oh my god, it's not even multi-platform. Ugh, God.
Now, Bleeding Edge.
Get that out of here.
Look, it had a lot of potential for sure because it ran well.
Stop
It's
it.
just they didn't do anything with it. Like that was the problem.
Stop.
Like they didn't.
You
no,
got to give
I-
Microsoft credit.
I
mean,
enjoyed that game. It's
They're
just
funding.
you
They're
had
funding
3
cool
maps.
ideas.
You had 3 maps, and then they didn't add anything to it. So it was like, okay, this is kind of boring. Like you didn't and the way that they made the different modes. The modes were just not that much different from each other. So it was like you almost felt like you were playing the same thing over and over.
So it was
And
kind
that
of
was the
like
downside.
Lawbreakers by Cliffy B.
I never played that one, so I don't know.
Oh,
I did.
That was not good.
But like
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
again, I didn't mind the game, but I can see why 100% they finally canned it because they're just like, yeah, I mean, nobody wanted to play the same crap over and over, and that's kind of the problem, with a lot of games. Is like it's going to be kind of tough to make sure that you can keep the attention, and I think that's where, that's why like I think Diablo decided to do this whole online only. You can only play it while online, and you can have it's sort of a lot of other players to play with you too. So it's kind of like it's definitely in their shop. God, everything's expensive. I don't know if anybody's looked at the shop in Diablo, but
I
good
did.
God, that crap's expensive.
It's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, you know what? They're not that far off from what Elder Scrolls does. I mean, look at their damn shop. Perfect
yeah.
example.
Mhm.
Well, I see people complaining about it,
But
but
at
the
least
thing is,
Elder Scrolls is
They're almost
fully a
like
single-player
twins
game.
when it comes to their shops.
you don't have to buy that stuff though to
No.
finish the
Oh
game.
yeah, of
100%.
course.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
just a
don't know why anybody
cosmetic
complains.
only. Yeah, I have
Those
no
are some awesome
complaint for-
cosmetics, though.
No, there's definitely some really cool ones. I just hate that they're as expensive as they are because I'm like, golly, like it would be nice to have.
Here's a question I gotta ask, because this is a problem that I noticed when Microsoft bought Bethesda or Xbox. When they got Bethesda, I thought Elder Scrolls would have their Elder Scrolls Online, their online thing for their crowns or whatever it's called. I thought that would have been go away if you were a Game Pass member, or if you already bought the game and you were signed in on an Xbox console. But no, they're still making you pay for that.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, okay, and it's funny because a lot of YouTubers that I've been on podcasts with have said, well, they're going to do that with World of Warcraft. They'll just roll it into subscription for in Game Pass.
No,
I'm like,
they make,
are you
Microsoft
sure about that?
also
Or-
still likes money.
yeah. First of
They
all,
do. They really like money.
Anybody that thinks that they're going to put WoW subscription in Game Pass is freaking an idiot. Because
the only way I could see them doing it is if they use World of Warcraft on Xbox, but otherwise no.
No, even then it's stupid, because you got to think right now you have 7 to 9 million players, and that fluctuates a lot.
It used to be a lot more.
Used to be 14 million. That was when WoW was at its peak, but now it's roughly 7. Sometimes it goes down to 4, depending on if it's been bad. But I think 4 million people times $15 a month.
Exactly.
You're still killing it. Like that. That's the thing about those subscription games. Like just like Final Fantasy 12 or whatever it is. That's made so many leaps and bounds. Like they're strong. They're the strongest MMO right now as far as subscription based. So yeah, you're paying $15 a month. They're not going to put that in Game Pass, regardless if ABK goes through. It's not going to be.
I agree with Bomber. Everybody thinks these corporations are friends. Microsoft is not spending $68 billion to get Kumbaya and to cook marshmallows with you at your house. They want King. They want King for the mobile.
Yep.
Because those mobile games.
Yep.
Dude, my wife will sit and play on her tablet, and I will get emails that she's bought all these different packs for these free games. I've seen her spend over $100 a week.
Oh yeah.
On little cards for fucking poker games and shit. Think about all the people that play these games and buy shit.
Better than paying for gas.
And and on top of that,
$1 to play
you've got
5
WoW
seconds earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got WoW for those membership fees. There's no way.
Yeah,
they want that money. They're looking ahead. Yep. They know how much money this deal is going to turn. They're not dumb. And they're not doing this because Billy over here on such and such podcast on YouTube says, please, Phil, go buy Activision. They're not doing it for that reason. That has no bearing in it. They want that money.
Yeah, I'm sure they're sitting there looking at how many people here's the numbers on Game Pass subs. How many of those subs this month were $1 subs? So we'll just give away our $15 a month sub to these $1 guys who just cancel it, and then they make a new account and it's $1.
Well, that's gone.
Well, they did away with that, dude.
It's gone. It's been gone for a couple months.
Well, Wilmy, you being a businessman, you also know this. They have all these corporations, whether you call it Xbox, Nintendo, Sony, whatever, whoever you want to call it, right? They only have a fiduciary responsibility to their investors. They don't have any fiduciary responsibility to their customers. Their customers are just a means to an end of getting any income. So yeah, I mean, so then them not giving a fuck about us is that doesn't surprise me.
Customers are the product.
Right, the customers. I mean,
exactly.
If you don't know what their product is, you are their product, basically. So,
and it's like I saw it somewhere. I don't remember where. It was a show I watched a little bit of. If you don't realize it yet, in 2023, it's like Wise just said, we're the product, but they're not selling what we're playing, what we're watching. They're selling our info to advertisers.
Yep,
your data is where the money is located. It's not a coincidence if we sit here on this podcast. My Samsung telephone is sitting right here on my computer desk beside me. If we mention a product and I open Facebook later, that motherfucker that we were talking about is going to pop up on Facebook.
Lindsay Lohan flashlight version.
Yeah, they don't have a fuck doll that looks like Bomber yet. But they
Damn.
I
But they
don't
do have a
know.
that's what
flashlight.
they do. They're
They
selling
do have
your
a flashlight
info.
that looks like the author, though.
But they are that's the info they're selling. They want to know what games you play. I mean, everything. That's why all these games now, when you log into a game, what's the first thing it tells you to do anymore? Don't you have to set up an email address?
Log into
You
your
have to
account.
register. You
Well,
have to
I
set up an
mean-
account
Well,
because
well,
they
you look-
want your data.
Well, you look at Meta, right? That's why they were able to sell that fucking headset for $400, and that's why they're able to sell the next one that is much more powerful for $500 because they're subsidizing that shit. Because once you buy it, everything that you put in to access their network to play games is what they're actually harvesting to sell. So
And that's
yeah,
why I quit playing my Meta.
right.
I'm not my little Quest. I
Mhm.
disconnected it because every time I would log into Facebook
Well,
or anywhere,
Yeah.
it
Well,
kept advertising to
well,
me
plus
through
on
everything I
top
was
of
doing
that,
there.
you know, if you did post anything on Facebook that they didn't like, they could ban
I
your
got
account
banned
and then
from
you
my
lose all your
fucking-
games.
Yeah, I literally got banned from my fucking
Stupid.
VR because
Oh,
it was
really?
connected to your Facebook account. And of course, I have a Wilmy Hood page, and they got mad and took my page down because I
Why?
had like,
What were you looking up?
oh, dude, I wasn't looking up it. It was stuff I was posting. And
Okay.
I posted some stuff they didn't like. They took my page down. I had like 100 and some thousand followers. They took my page down since I owned the page. I got banned. So that banned my headset.
Yep.
Since I couldn't connect through Facebook anymore.
Yep. Stupid.
So
Well,
If
heaven
it wasn't
forbid.
If it wasn't
it-
anything
heaven
harmful,
forbid-
so why did it ban you? Should not
Because
have.
they can.
because
Dude,
Meta
if
just-
you-
you had to,
dumbest
you had to
thing I've
log into
ever-
Facebook
you
and
see
use
what
your
I
headset.
post on Twitter,
I mean,
right?
think about
Yeah,
it right now.
I know.
If Xbox
You
doesn't
like
like
to
what you
post
say
funny
on
jokes.
COD, they can ban your account and then you can't play any of your Xbox stuff that you paid for. You know, that kind of thing. It's kind of the same thing. It's, you know, if they have all the control if they really want to. If they want to be douchebags about it, all the online gaming stuff, Game Pass, all that, I mean, they can stop it in a heartbeat, and then you're like, I can't play my game. Like, yeah, and your point.
Well, see,
Yeah.
and the most annoying thing about all this shit is this. Like, say for example, you're on Facebook and you're scrolling through your feed, or on Instagram and scrolling through your feed, and say there's like an ad for something. Like I was in I'm still in the market for some pillows, and so I clicked on one of these things, and now every time I open up fucking Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, all I see is all ads and shit for pillows, you know?
Right.
And
Yep.
that's just the most annoying thing in the world. Like, I'm done with that. I'm moved on with my life. I bought the fucking pillow. Leave me alone.
Your waifu your pillow.
Yeah, my waifu pillow. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
That's how it all connects. And they all know that, dude. Like I said, we are the product.
Yeah.
That's it. Sadly, it's the way it
sad.
works.
Yep. No, I was gonna say, yeah, sadly, that's the case.
And
Dude, what's
Google
up, man?
is terrible for it. We all
Oh,
know
Jesus.
Google's bad.
Yeah.
Facebook, I think, was second. I'm pretty sure Microsoft's in the top 10 in there somewhere.
Well, they
You
got
know?
rid of Kinect, so it's not as
Bing,
bad.
bing, bing, bing.
No, but most of us have Alexa or
But-
Google
No,
in
I
our
know,
house.
I'm
But
serious.
here's the thing, right? Like, they were talking about Microsoft, or they're talking about Alexa, always hearing it. Dude, I'm a fucking high school math teacher. Okay, if they're gonna watch me, I feel sorry for the asshole that's been tasked to watch me, because like that's a fucking pathetic life. I mean, it's pathetic enough being a math teacher in Alabama, let alone being the asshole who has to watch that math teacher in Alabama. So,
Yeah,
like,
because the bad part, you're teaching fifth grade, and they're most of them, 18, 19 years old in that class?
Are you allowed to teach division?
The education
I'm
system
teaching
has
the-
led
I'm
down
teaching
the
younger
mother, the
people
father, and
A
the
nowadays.
little
kid at the
bit
same
better
time.
than Mississippi, not by much, but a little bit better than Mississippi.
Did
Hey,
barely.
excuse me.
Alabama.
Excuse me, teacher. Uncle Daddy said I don't have to listen to you.
Uncle Daddy.
That's right. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I can.
Gators are the devil.
No, this is gonna be hilarious. There's this one time I graded this kid's homework paper, right, and he freaking failed it, right. And the next day, I got a phone call from the father saying, "How did he fail that homework?" I said, "Well, he got him wrong." He's like, "Well, no, I did the homework for him." I'm
I
like,
did
"Well,
it
shit,
for
you
him,
got him
yep.
wrong." Yeah. Oh, well, I'm shit. Maybe you need to come for tutoring and not your kid because you got him wrong. So
Wow.
That's pretty damn bad.
Imagine
First of all,
calling a
it's a
teacher
parent.
and admitting that you
Are
did
you
your
smarter
kid's
than a
homework
fifth grader?
and bombed it.
Well, how did he fail? Because I'm the one that did it. Like, wait a minute, what?
Jesus.
You're admitting that? Like, don't
Wow.
admit that. You're an adult. Don't admit
pretty
that. Even if
Yeah,
you,
no joke.
I mean, come on.
no, he was livid. He was going on and on like, I did all the homework. I'm like, yeah, but you did the homework wrong. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, that's pretty. That's sad.
That's pretty brutal. Wow, that is bad.
Only in Alabama. So
All right, so real
I don't
quick,
know.
we got
I don't know if that's
We
only
got-
Alabama.
no. It's not only Alabama. Trust me.
That's just the U.S.
No, that's just mainly the South. No, not really. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
It's like 25th in the world in
Summer
education.
game.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I said the whole U.S. because we're pretty freaking stupid.
next week though is the Xbox showcase.
Next Sunday, right? Yeah.
Next
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
We just
Oh,
skipping
yeah.
over Summer Game Fest or what?
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's
Thursday.
Jeff
We don't want
Keighley.
to talk about
He's
Thursday.
I
He's
don't-
a
I'm
PlayStation
not-
fanboy.
I really don't care for Jeff all that much.
Nah, yeah.
I mean,
But
there's
when's
probably
his
gonna be
show?
some good stuff shown though for
He's
sure. I
Canadian
think.
like me, so I have to have his back. Little
Come
bit.
on, we gotta
Little
talk about the
bit.
Xbox
All right.
showcase because we're talking about 2 hours technically. If you think about it, hour
Yeah,
and 30
well-
minutes for the regular
well, yeah,
show,
that's what,
30 minutes.
That's what
Starfield.
Greeny said was 2 hours basically because it's 90 minutes plus.
And then the
30.
extended showcase the day after. Don't forget that. And then
Yeah,
on the
for-
13th,
Ooh, the
the
Then you
day
have
after
Forza.
that is the Forza monthly. So
Yep.
you're talking about 3 days worth of a lot of content.
And you have Ubisoft on the 12th.
Which will
Yeah,
show you
it's
Assassin's
gonna be a
Creed.
busy week.
Absolutely.
Again.
Hey, I'm ready for some Assassin's Creed, but I'm a little upset that the Chinese one apparently is a mobile game, which is a little upsetting.
Ooh, no.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
it
think
is
we're going to
mobile.
see a lot of gameplay there at Ubisoft and also at the Microsoft
Microsoft better.
showcase?
Microsoft
Well,
better.
yeah,
Like,
they better.
th-
All
this
these
is-
games have been 5 years or more.
my whole
State of
thing,
Decay,
and
5
this is
years.
what I've always
They're
said, and I'll
due.
say it again. If it's any
2018.
game that they have announced already, there better be some gameplay. I don't want to see it like Fable, as much as they're like, they did that stupid little video about. I'm like, look, then you better show a little bit of gameplay, even if it's just a very
It better
small
not be a
snippet, at
trailer.
least-
Just a trailer.
Yeah, if you give me another CGI trailer or an in-engine trailer, it's just garbage to me. Like, I'm
Well,
not gonna
yeah,
care about it.
because like Boxenberger made a good point. He's like, well, these all these games that they have said that we're going to make the 12-month window were pushed out of 2022. So, and he made a good point. Boxenberger made a really good point the other day on his podcast. He said, what were they going to actually have for this year if most of these games were announced for actually last year, but they got pushed out?
It's
So what
probably
were they going to have
Probably
this
why
year?
they greenlit Redfall. They're like, look, we got to have
Yep.
something. So keep that.
Because
Bonner,
if you
we
think
almost
about it, it would have
we
only
made
been 2
an hour and a
games.
half
Realistically,
without mentioning
if-
that game, and you can't
if-
ruin it.
I'm dead serious. If you think about it, then if those games got released last year and didn't get pushed back, you would have Hi-Fi Rush and you would have also maybe Hellblade.
Hellblade's not coming.
And
out this year.
Hellblade's coming out next year. Like,
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming out
If
this
that
year.
comes out this year, it's going to be a.
no, I don't think. 'cause
Well,
you got
they
to think
bought
you
the
have, you have
studios-
Starfield
All
in
these
September.
studios they bought in
You have Forza
2018.
that's going to be
So
either after that or in July. Like, when are you going to?
Is that it? But do y'all think that's it? That's Microsoft's
For
big
this year?
push for
Yeah.
this year?
for this year?
That's it?
That's probably going to be it.
Yeah.
It's just
Starfield and Forza, right?
Starfield and Forza,
Starfield and
yeah.
Forza, I believe so.
Other than maybe like
what
maybe
about
something
Avowed?
small.
You guys don't think Avowed?
Oh my
Absolutely.
god, that's
Absolutely.
no, god.
Like they'll show gameplay for sure. Like they definitely will show more gameplay for that game, but it's going to be a 2023 or 2024. I mean, sorry, not 2023, a 24 or 25 game.
Well,
For sure.
I'm going to say this: if they were given that little hint, and everybody was saying it was Fable,
Fable.
Yeah.
if that
They have to
turns
show
into a Fable controller,
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
lose
be
my
pissed.
shit.
I'm gonna
No.
be so pissed.
Okay. And this is the thing for Xbox. Like I personally do believe no hardware should ever be shown in
Jago.
this. Like I hate to say it, but I mean they should not show any hardware. There's no hardware that should matter. Like yeah, I guess if they want
I mean,
to
the
for-
Fable
for,
music's
like,
almost
Starfield,
identical.
Starfield can go ahead and show out the controller.
Or
for
console,
on
yeah.
their
They could do that
showcase
at the
thing,
extended
and then on the
showcase.
extended showcase be all about Starfield and show the inner workings of whatever that game's about. Cool.
Right.
Like, because that's another thing. Like, for the whole showcase, I don't care about Starfield. Like, you can
Well,
show me.
yeah.
It's not going to matter because it has its
afterwards,
own
Well,
thing.
remember,
So I kind
Bomber,
of hope it's not even there. To be honest, I hope something else
Starfield's
is
got
in
its
there.
own showcase right
Exactly.
after the main showcase,
Well,
so
that's
that's
why
where
I'm
they should.
hoping they don't have it in there.
If they're going to show controllers and shit, you should just keep it to whatever it is. So like, don't show any hardware during the
Nope.
main show, please. Either
No.
put it in the extended or put it on the whatever the directs that they do, or put it
Or
in
have
the
it- make a
Bethesda
tweet.
show.
Make a tweet.
I mean,
yeah,
Oh, dude,
tweet.
yeah.
Jesus, no
I'm
one
looking
needs
for.
fucking
I'm looking forward to the
2-minute
Xbox
trailer for a
controller.
controller.
I'm looking
Dude,
forward to
I
the
love you.
Xbox controller with a screen on it, so I can play only in remote play only.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm
God.
looking
Oh
for.
yeah, like the
Look at it
half
this way:
piece
if
on,
they
DualSense,
sold
yeah, that's
if
3
they
hours
sold
long.
a controller for every game that's came out that's been great, we would have had 2 controllers.
You know what? I like Microsoft for doing that, but what happened to custom Xboxes like they used to do in 360 era? I wish they would
I think
let you
cost-wise is
customize it.
probably why they're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, they'd have to
They can
manufacture too much.
monetize
I
that.
think the
They
only
can
time they're ever
easily
gonna do
freaking
that-
monetize that
The only
shit.
time they'll ever do that is for their biggest games they have, and
I
Yeah.
think they should do it. You can monetize that.
Well, I
You
think
can-
that they.
Let
I
you do
think
a
there's
third
a.
party to do it. Yeah, they're
I
not
think
gonna
they
do it.
lost. I think the Diablo collectors, or the Diablo console that they came out with, which is basically a repackaged Xbox Series X, it was a lost opportunity. They could have done some sort of graphics.
Oh
with
yeah, they could have put
Diablo
Lilith
board.
on the freaking
Right.
box.
Yeah,
It would
which
have
is
been badass.
Right,
yeah,
and
they
everyone-
could have done a lot, but again, that's
Oh yeah.
a lot of money, and they may have probably
Do you
saw
know
that.
it's going to sell? Right.
Yeah, is it going to actually sell
It'd be
with
very
putting that
niche.
much money into marketing for that game? And I don't.
I get it,
I
yeah.
don't
They
think,
don't have the same genius
don't
that
have-
that Square Enix has.
but I also don't think you have the games. Like, again, you're buying that console. I know most people that would buy it would be like the collectors, like people that
Right.
are probably
the
not going to use
hardcore.
it as, for the hardcore part. So, yeah, could they have said we made 100 of them? Order it if you want, I guess, or maybe
Oh,
500.
Lord.
Very
Like
small.
like the
amount.
Halo one was really good.
Yeah,
that was my
Halo was
first
great.
custom
Shoot, Gears, the
console I
Gears 1X was amazing, and I think
Man,
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
do
the Cyberpunk 1X was
Cyberpunk.
fun.
Gorgeous.
I've got all
remember
the Gears of
Tomb
War.
Raider? Remember the Tomb Raider Xbox One X?
Yep.
It was 3D. It sold for 50,000 on charity for on
Well,
eBay
see-
or something.
Well, see, yeah, the ones
That's
that they do all the like one and dones, I don't like.
Those
like, I
are
don't
all
like.
the best.
I still
looking
have
ones.
my.
Those are
I
always
still
the
have.
best.
I still have my Xbox 360 Slim, the R2D2 edition still. So yeah, I'm looking. I like that.
I've got
I
all
like
the
them.
Gears of War Xboxes they've ever made,
Oh wow.
I
And
wish I would
and-
have got
and the Halo ones.
the red and black one was
Mhm.
so awesome.
Yep,
God,
I've got that
especially
one
the
right here
Elite
beside me.
controller. That was probably one of the coolest ones. But I mean,
It's mounted on my wall.
even fives was pretty amazing because the way that they did the skull in it and all that. It was
And the frost and
the
mhm.
frost. It was like
It was nice.
it's impressive. The Minecraft one for the 1X was impressive.
Looked like a Reaper. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked real good. It had that
Reaper.
little bit of, and then Sony, they've never done well with theirs except for their 500th or whatever it was.
Spider-Man was the only
The
one.
Spider one was crap.
Spider-Man.
It was,
But it's
that was boring
sold.
as hell. I mean,
It's
it's
sold.
sold like because it's Spider-Man. I mean, it can literally have, and it did. It just had the Spider-Man on
A sticker.
That was
Yeah.
it. And there you go.
I like mine.
It
You
sells like
stop.
hotcakes.
No, it
But,
was,
like,
yeah.
The blue one, the translucent one that they did for the 500th anniversary or whatever it was.
That was
500
sweet.
million,
That's nice. I
that was
still have that.
literally gorgeous. But of
That was
course,
phenomenal. And it was a butt to get too. It was hard
Oh,
as fuck to get it.
yes.
It was impossible. Yeah, and ironically enough, you could have gotten the headset, you got the controller, but you couldn't get the console as easily.
Yep.
I don't know what they did. Maybe they made more controllers and headsets or some shit.
I had one. Nice.
What are you guys expecting at the showcase?
Did you
the
get it?
Xbox showcase?
I had,
Well,
I had it.
let me say this though. I for one, I can't say for everybody else, but from the leaks of all of the controllers that I've seen on Reddit and on Twitter, I'm actually looking forward to that controller, the Starfield controller. It looks gorgeous. So yeah, I'm gonna be down day one buying that one. So
yeah, for those who care for the special edition controllers, I think it's going to be it's gonna be a cool looking little controller. I mean, it's not like I'm not super hyped about the game, so that's why I don't really care about the controller. But I just want this showcase to be rocking. Like, give me
Show
some good
gameplay of
Give
at
me
least
some game-
six,
yes.
at least 6 games.
And
No,
I'm
at
completely
least,
fine.
at the least.
And I'm completely fine with and I said it before. I'm completely fine if they show a CG trailer or
If
something
it's
of
never
that
been
nature.
announced,
Never
yeah.
been announced, for sure. Do that.
Yep.
I'm 100% down for it because that just gives
I
you
agree.
that hype. But if all the other games like State of Decay 3, if they're going to show it,
Yep,
if
we
they're
need an update on that.
Fable.
CGI first time. Fable
Forza,
also.
I know they're going to have their extra thing after it. I mean,
Yeah.
Hellblade, we don't really need, but I know they'll probably show
Hellblade
again.
needs a freaking date. It's about damn time. They've shown at least what
I
10 minutes
know
worth,
what's
15 minutes worth.
guaranteed. Sea of Thieves. They're gonna show something with Sea of Thieves in it.
Oh God, please don't.
Well,
Just no.
that's
Put
not-
that in the. No. Put that in the direct, please.
It's gonna be
And I'm not
30
gonna lie,
minutes.
It's. I get it, but
It's gonna be
That-
30
that-
minutes of Redfall DLC.
Dude,
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna lie,
God.
it will suck terribly if they do.
You know
No.
what though?
updates
If they
to,
showed 30 minutes of Redfall, it'd still be better than the PlayStation Showcase.
oh, that's
don't know.
true.
Actually,
I
no.
mean,
Nope.
Golem did better than the PlayStation show, and I got
Gollum did
38
better than
on
Redfield. I'm sorry.
Metacritic.
Redfall, whatever.
Let me say this, and then I got to run. First of all, thank you for having me on. I think that there has been a lot of negative publicity on Xbox's side going into this showcase. So, as a fan of gaming in general, I want to see Xbox come to plate and hit a grand slam. I mean, I want to see I don't want this the games coming out in the next 12 month type shit. Show me these games. Show me gameplay. And if for some of the games have not even been announced, CG is okay, but I want to see gameplay. I want to see Fable. I want to see Hellblade. I want to see Avowed. I want to see like what the hell Compulsion is doing. I want to see what Enix is doing. You know, Compulsion was bought before even Bethesda, and all we know is that they got a swanky new office. That's
What
all
about
we know.
Perfect Dark?
Well, yeah,
How
that's
long,
another
how
one.
long's the initiative been working on this
Yeah,
Right.
and
Not
they
that-
got
that
Crystal
even game.
Dynamics
Is that
helping.
the quadruple
So,
A
yeah.
studio, or is
Well,
that
then
only the triple A one?
but then they gave it to whatever the other studios that's actually making
Crystal
it, 'cause they're
Dynamics.
not. Yeah, Crystal Dynamics is making it now.
And then
Contraband.
Fable.
Where's that
Fa-
at?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Fable's
I'm
being helped created by Eidos Montreal. So, I mean, there's so much stuff they need to at least update us. I don't, you know what? If you don't want to show gameplay, at least give us an update. Say, hey, this is where we're at so far.
Yes.
Well,
I
now
do
Aaron
agree.
Yeah,
Greenberg
at
did
least do
tweet out
that,
earlier
please.
that it's 2 hours of games, and more games.
I know that's what he
Good.
says.
I don't
Well,
believe a
it-
goddamn word he says. Jeez.
I don't either,
Let
because
me-
it didn't involve a Mantini.
Well, let me say this. Okay, they released that tweet with that glitter everywhere and the Halo, the Fable back music
I
playing in
don't
the
think
background.
anybody would use that much glitter.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that being said, and there was rumors, everyone is going on and saying, oh, okay, yeah, they're going to announce or they're going to show the new Fable. But there was rumors or rumblings that they're going to do a remake or or a reboot
Fable
of
collection.
of the first the three games. I want to say this. I mean, that's all nice and well for them to come out and say, yeah, we're repackaging the first three and releasing it again. But they got to show something about this new Fable because everyone is really stoked
Yep,
about
true.
it. So, yeah. But guys, thank you for having me on. I have to run. I got another engagement. Guys, it was a blast. being
Cheers,
on.
man.
Well, you might want to tell your wife
See
you're
ya.
engaged.
My wife, she's with her boyfriend, so I got to go and see what's going on there. So,
Oh,
There you
one of those.
go. All right.
yeah. Y'all have a great night. Yeah.
So that's why you
Later.
DM'd me earlier.
So off of what
That was
Wise
it.
was saying, like Mr. Broomstick, like even brought up one time, he said, what if this is a what if scenario, but I don't agree with Broomstick on this, but I mean, it'd be kind of cool, but I don't think they're gonna pull this stuff off. He says he thinks that maybe it could be a Fable collection to hold us over for the next year, and at the end of the year maybe release the new Fable or the year after.
I don't
But-
know.
I don't think so, because why would someone dump that much glitter in your own house in a carpet floor? You do realize how hard that would be to
Well,
clean
dude,
up,
I mean,
right?
this is a set.
Well,
It's not-
I mean-
Well, I mean, it's a hard. that's hard to clean up regardless, even if you're
But
trolling.
but also this is Microsoft that made this with somebody, so I mean
I know.
it's fine. Like they
I get
to
it.
me
Yeah.
to me, like even if it is a remaster or remake, whatever, of the original games, cool. But they can show that, they can say that it's coming, but then they have to show gameplay for Fable, I think, because
Yeah, they need to.
an in-engine thing is not going to do me any good because it's not going to show what the game's going to look like. Because I'm sorry, everything that's ever been shown in engine never is ever, not from Microsoft anyway so far, has never been actually what the game.
Do you think the new Fable is going to be more realistic, or is it going to be so much still cartoony?
Better
Like
be
the
cartoony.
art
Like,
style.
I think it has to be cartoony.
It has
it's not
that
Fable.
style of
Art
like
style.
it's not Fable. Like they
It
have
has
to.
to be.
I think they can
With some
cross.
chickens.
I think they can blur the lines between both. They
It's
can
not going
find
to
a
be.
way.
You're not going to get a Last of Us.
Game.
You're not going to get a Last
No,
of Us.
not Last of Us, dude. No, not like that. I'm saying like look
It
at
may
Final
look-
Fantasy. Look at Final Fantasy how they do their characters.
No,
But I mean, like,
no.
Let's hope
No,
with the
I don't think it's going to
environment.
look like that either. I think it's going to be very because the characters have to look that way, and that's how Fable's always
Oh,
looked.
of
The
course.
fairy.
They go away
The
from it.
fairy.
Yeah, like I
yeah. Of
I mean,
course.
I don't know.
Better
Like,
be shit
could they
talking
go-
gnomes. Or
but
else
then
I'm
again,
out.
it is freaking.
It's Unreal Engine 5. You gotta
and
remember
it's
that too.
it's what we call it. Playground Games is doing it. and
I'd like to
we
Yeah,
know
see-
they do
Playgrounds,
well.
and then you got Eidos Montreal, which created, if you remember correctly, they created Guardians of the Galaxy, so they're helping with them too.
Yeah.
I'd really be happy to see an Evil Within Part 3.
Well, yeah. I mean, because that's who? That's Tango, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, Tango. I mean, they just got done with
Hot
Yeah.
And
Hi-Fi, and they just
Boarding
got done with
Ghostwire,
Ghostwire. So I don't see
Ghostwire
them
took
being
it,
there.
no.
Like I don't think anything they're working on would be.
Oh, I know.
able
I'm
to-
just saying.
What
But
what about IO
but it
Interactive's
could be cool.
Project Dragon? We've never heard anything about that.
no, 100% true. I mean, Indiana
Yeah.
Jones. They could
Indiana
do
Jones,
STG
a new
for that.
movie coming out this year.
What about Contraband?
Yeah,
See,
that
Contraband.
too.
I think
Fury.
Contraband
CGI
will be
trailer,
shown.
but no update yet.
I think Contraband will be shown. I don't know if it's going to
They-
be my bag, like my type of game, just because of what it is. But hopefully, it's good. I mean, I don't know. Nothing entices me for that game though.
They got a lot of stuff to show. I mean, to be honest, if you really go back and look at 2018 of what they bought, and then you look at the show of 2020 when they said this is coming out, this will be coming out later on, this will be coming out, and then they showed us amazing looking games in terms of CGI.
Yeah,
But we've
Ninja
had
Theory
no
teased that
updates for
third
2 or
game.
3 years.
Mhm.
I mean, and it's pretty crazy. Yeah, like we need to see an interactive Avalanche game. Well, who's creating Contraband? That is Avalanche.
That's
That's
right?
Avalanche.
Avalanche.
Okay. Okay. What else? Who else are they working with? Because I know they were working with 4 or 5 different studios. Do we see maybe what's their name? Certain Infinity's Battle Royale version take of Halo? Because it's been over 2 or 3 years in development. Certain
I don't
Infinity
know.
used to create they helped create the Battle Royale for Warzone for Call of Duty.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, it is an hour and a half long, so I mean, they have the opportunity to show a lot.
pretty
And then the
neat.
extended
I
showcase
definitely
also. the
think
next
they'll
day.
show a lot of third party stuff too, for sure.
Yeah,
There's going
of
to be some
course.
third party stuff in there,
I
but
hope they don't talk too much.
What about that little
This is
streaming?
so-
No,
little
I hope
streaming
Yeah.
it's like there's. I
The
hope it's like
last-
they're direct.
yeah, the last couple of shows they've had, they have not talked a lot. So that
Yeah.
I think they've kind of figured that out now. I think they've noticed that is the angle they have to go is just show games. You can talk at the beginning or talk at the end. But other than
The
that,
developer directs were great.
Yeah.
The one
What
we
about
saw
the,
in
what about the
January
little
was
streaming device?
perfect. Oh
that
God,
everybody
Will
says?
Nobody gives a
no,
shit.
I don't. Again, I don't want Microsoft to show
No,
any hardware at
show,
this point.
show that
After
Gamescom
that
or
PlayStation showcase, I
show
wouldn't
that
show
Tokyo Game
anything.
Show or whatever.
No.
Show that
And
some
no
other
movie
wares.
trailers.
No,
Yeah,
God,
don't
no.
don't
Thank
show us
God
a
they're
four-
not.
don't
They don't make movies, so
don't show us a Halo season 2 and don't show us
Oh,
a
Jesus.
freaking
I will cry.
and don't show us a Forza movie. that you're
Dude.
you're making, or a Gears movie. Come
If,
on,
truthfully, if they do show season 2 of Halo, it's gonna. I'm
and
cry.
it's Master Butt Cheeks.
I don't know, like this show sucks anyway, and then you're gonna really show
Yeah.
it.
You
Here-
have
here-
learned nothing.
Here's where I'm at with the show. You guys know me. You know I'm a primary PlayStation guy. So what I want to see
Wow, didn't know
from
that.
Xbox here, I want to see all the
Gameplay.
stuff that they announced in 2020. There's got to be something more than a CGI trailer for those games.
Yep.
There's got to
know,
be something
sir.
more.
Yes, sir.
Also, what I really want to see is when they show these, hopefully, gameplay footage, I want to see captured on Series X on
Thank
the video.
you.
Yeah.
I don't want any motherfucking
Or just don't mention PC. Just
bleeding
don't
edge
mention
I don't
PC
think we're gonna
footage
see
for
that.
these games.
Yeah.
I don't
I
want to
don't
see
think you're
that.
gonna get that.
I don't think so either. But if they, I don't know. I think they should be at a point in time that should be on the screen. And to be honest, I think it's going to be a good show.
I think it is.
And I think it's going to be
is
way
too.
better than Sony's. And
That's not
if
saying
it's,
a whole lot now.
and I know, but if it's
Well,
not,
it better be,
holy
Jesus.
shit!
Oh
It
yeah,
better
if
be.
it's
better
not,
be better.
it's gonna be.
If it
God.
isn't, then both
They've had a
both,
whole week
both
to change
both
stuff
brands are
around.
screwed up.
If it was,
No,
They've had a whole
they've
week.
had that film for a month now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
but
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
After
I mean,
seeing that, if you weren't
You
smart
can
enough
pivot
to
quick
move
if
stuff
you
around,
really want to. But
yeah,
you could slot new
Oh, wait a
stuff
minute.
in.
Wait a minute. Somebody had just put out, Aaron Greenberg, I think. None of our first party games in the Xbox show are full CG trailers. Everything is either in-game footage, or in-game
engine.
footage with some cinematics.
Are you pulling our legs?
No, this is no.
Okay,
this
I'm
is-
gonna go look.
You said this is Aaron Greenberg.
Yep.
Is Greeny double down?
tomorrow.
Well,
he'll
you
play
know,
to your
to be-
expectations, though. He will.
To be fair, like Scrub Nurse just said,
I'm sharing that into the chat.
in the past, Aaron Greenberg has said if he says temper your expectations, then don't get your damn hopes up. If he doesn't say shit, then you know that it's going to be at least a good show. May not be the best show, but it'll be a good show.
It's
But-
got to be better than Sony's, man. It has.
Well,
to.
Well, dude, I mean,
I see no
showed
doubt.
3.
I see
you
no
showed
doubt.
3, yeah.
Well, you got to think they're going to show more than 2 first-party games. We know that for a fact. So I think for sure, ultimately, it should be better. But then also they have to show. I think time frame is still good. Like we definitely don't want another in 12 months. No, you just give a year. That's fine. Like if it's a game that's going to be a while, put a year. That's fine. Everybody can be okay with 2024. But okay, cool. 2023 is already halfway done. That's fine. 2024.
I prefer
would be
that.
cool. And I think that's what they'll
just do Windows.
I think only a
because-
few games will you actually get a date,
Oh wow!
which will be
because
Probably
you can
Hellblade.
get away with that. A window is more understandable. The fans will be more understandable. Like, okay, you said a window, but you never said a date. The problem with Starfield was, hey, it's 11/11/2022, and it's like, okay, you said an actual freaking date, and now you delayed it. That's a problem.
okay.
And the funny part, Aaron
I'm
Greenberg
sorry.
even said there will be no movie or TV shows in our game show.
I like
Okay,
this one. Will it be
wait.
like last year?
So
They
this
come
is
out
all-
in 12 months? His reply, no.
So this is all fake. Wait, I'm
That's the
confused.
best part.
Did he actually say it, or is this just random dude that's saying
No,
think it's
he's
some
actually
random
saying
dude.
it. I'm following the link right here.
hmm
I guess I'll have to look at it. But
He said there's no movies.
Hold on, I'll share
yet,
it
no
to you,
movie, TV
Mama.
trailers. Yeah.
I mean, they have nothing to show in that regard. Like just show games. Because
Yeah,
my
he's
my
actually-
problem is
yeah.
Xbox is way behind on games, and everybody knows that. So yes, you show the games, everybody's gonna be excited at that point. If you give a year, everybody at least will be excited at that point. You're gonna have Starfield that comes out this year, which is the biggest release they'll have, along with Forza. So you have 2 of the strongest games that they
Wow.
should have. Now, granted, Starfield should be strong. We'll see. It is a
They
Bethesda
gotta
game,
support, so.
so
You know, this is the first time I've seen him actually retaliate. This is nice. He's not
Well,
singing Kumbaya and all that shit
you,
anymore.
you gotta remember, Sony really pissed off Phil and everybody because they were trying to be somewhat friendly with them because they're like, look, you're not our enemy.
Mm-hmm.
It's Google, Amazon, Apple. You're just you're pennies compared
Phil's
to
a
what
nice
we're
guy,
going
you
against.
guy. He's a nice guy.
Jesus.
Oh,
He's
bullshit.
an executive with a
No,
cutthroat
I mean,
attitude.
sure. I mean,
He's
the
my
person
friend.
Don't stop
he's
saying they
he's-
were
he's-
being nice. Jesus.
he's
Christ.
probably a nice guy in person, but when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you gotta get shit done. And if people are trying to get in your way and you're trying to be nice and give an olive branch and they want to be a dick to you and try to ruin your $70 billion deal, you're going to get pissed off and you're going to be like, you do realize if this deal falls through, we're going to go money hat everything that you want and you will never have anything on PlayStation and you'll become Sega.
Okay, so I just read. Okay, so no plans to tease, temper, or spoil anything. Love seeing all the wild expectations. Okay.
Yep.
Come in open-minded and
Oh,
enjoy
wow.
the ride.
Yeah, so,
So-
evidently, Mr. Greenberg dropped that Mantini for a shot of whiskey.
Clearly, I mean, it is funny. Just, I mean, I am finally kind of
he turned into Jez Gordon. He started drinking and exposing stuff.
I think this could. Someone's gonna find something here, because I know if you've watched the show before, I've said a few times that these Xbox check marks should just they got to tone down the social media, man. Like, he's on here, he's replying to like every goddamn tweet in that entire thread.
Yeah,
like dude, no.
But-
Someone's gonna see something. Someone's gonna find something, and it's just
you know what?
Just
should I
post
put
it
him
and
to
just
test,
go away.
Giant? Should I ask him? Will we see GTA 6 and see if he
Oh,
goes
Jesus.
positive on that? Out of curiosity.
Well, on that note,
He'll say temper expectations.
on that note, we got
It's
to
like
get
you
out of
guys.
here. Scrub,
Oh, yeah.
tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
You can find me on Twitter, ScrubNurse3. Find me on Twitch, Scrub_Nurse. And then you can just find me, I don't know, playing Diablo or Call of Duty, my Activision account, Battle.net account. I'm in the ether, so
Mainly
thank you
Diablo
all
right
for
now.
coming out.
This man is
yes.
pumping those Activision numbers, getting those hours.
Yeah, that's right. Good to
Get
see
those
everybody.
kills in.
Check y'all
Getting
later.
that
Yep.
KD ratio locked up.
Gotta
All
get
right.
the ratio going.
And TJ, thanks for joining us, dude, and tell everybody where they can find you.
Appreciate it. You can find me on Xbox. It's Drawn TJ all caps, and I play about everything you can think of. So I probably got the game you want to play. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Drawn TJ450. I go on a lot of podcasts. I love talking about games, and I just want what's best for the gamers. I want what's best for all of our pockets, for us as gamers to have fun and, get the content we want. But thanks for having me on the show. Really appreciate it.
Oh, anytime, dude. Glad that I had you. And Peniac, tell everybody where they can find you and block you.
Going on. Oh yeah, you could absolutely block me at Peniac Giant on Twitter. You can find me here Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next Sunday is gonna be spicy, I think. We've got a couple shows.
I like how you
coming
say
out.
it's spicy, baby. Yeah.
Will I be happy? Will I be same old Xbox? This is bullshit. Who knows? Let's see. But
Yes.
have a good week, everybody, and we'll see you next Sunday.
All right. And Bomber, tell everybody where they can
Man.
find you.
You can find me anywhere and everywhere at HR Bomber. And of course, here every Sunday. So appreciate everybody coming out for sure. Thank you, TJ. Of course, thank you, Wise Old Gamer.
Thank you.
But appreciate y'all coming for sure. Had fun. Talk about
For sure.
Diablo for 45 minutes and then everything else.
I didn't say anything because I don't play. Fuck.
But thank you, everybody. And then next weekend, baby, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
and we will not do a live reaction.
Yeah, no.
We don't like to do those. We just like to watch the show, then give our opinions. Because who wants to watch a show
I don't blame
with
you.
us talking over it?
Plus, there's plenty of ones if you do like
there's
that.
a million people doing
A
it.
lot of them
so,
are doing it. So
Yeah, I don't feel the need to do that shit because when I watch the show, I don't want to hear a bunch of people talking.
100%.
Correct.
So I feel there's a lot of people the same way. And of course, you can
Yeah.
find me on Twitter. Look for Wilmy Hood #2 because they still won't tell me why they took my first account down. And you can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. Look for Wilmy Hood. And you can find me here every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, next week we will we'll be on here after the show. We will see what it's like. Everybody's got high expectations. I just don't want to see a bunch of controllers.
Yeah, I don't think we
I want
will.
to see some
Or a
games
bunch
and no
of
controllers.
CGI.
The way Aaron Greenberg is talking right now, I don't see that.
Yeah, he's
Man.
got some confidence right there, don't he?
Yep.
Yes, he
And
does.
of
Yeah,
course,
normally he does.
He slammed a Jager bomb
not
before he
this
logged
much.
into Twitter, and he's ready to go.
yeah, he is.
He's ready.
Like I said, he dropped
He's
dropped that
drinking
Shirley
Jack
Temple.
Daniels.
he dropped that
like
Shirley
Jess
Temple when he
Gordon.
got a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
And if you did not see the tweet yesterday, if you're into Diablo as much as we all are, if you want to join the clan, we've got one up. Just look for Gaming Beyond the Box. And it's free to anybody who wants to join. It's open. Just send an invite or a request and we'll approve you and you can play along with me and the crew. Because I think we've got about 13 or 14 people in there so far. I'm not sure
Yeah,
how
I think
many.
so.
Yeah, there's a few. And no, I don't want another nail polish controller back. Not at all.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on that note, everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the showcase next Sunday. And we will see you right after here at 7 p.m. next week.
Have a
And
good
let's
one.
find that outro. Woohoo.